Slaney, Woodgate! See if we could just turn that there, mate. Brilliant. When was the last time I seen you was back when George Albertson played against Celtic, wasn't it?
Came up for a Celtic Rangers,
You look a bit like George Albert.
Yes! Truffles, mate, wasn't it?
Is it great? No, seriously, is it great to see Peter Ramage again?
That's what I'm saying.
Peter Ramage. You're not Peter Ramage.
Not Peter Ramage, innit?
No.
Who would that be worse on to? Would that be worse on him or worse? Who would do?
See, he sets
who do you think would do that more as a?
What?
Who would you like, him or Peter Ramage? Be honest.
No, I'd say Albert. Albert is better. Albert is better. Stephen Caldwell, that's not bad.
Oh mate, that's terrible. Stephen Caldwell.
No, it's melted.
You're having a hard time with this. What they look like, isn't it?
As you said,
I've got some bad looking like, so I don't worry.
Who have you got?
Fucking llamas. I look like a llama.
A llama? No, you're a handsome boy, mate. I'd get off of you on
Very
camera.
steady.
So can you remember last time you were in Glasgow?
The last time I was in Glasgow was probably for the Mike Tyson fight.
Who's he fighting?
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the Celtic Rangers game.
He had a fight Mike Tyson had a fight in the stadium. The big stadium. What's the big stadium?
Hampden? Murray.
Ibrox.
Oh, he's going to the big stadium.
Not Ibrox. The big stadium, the Celtic Stadium.
Oh, Celtic
not the Celtic, the Scotland Stadium.
Oh, Hampden.
Hampden.
It was his first comeback fight there, so I went to watch that. And I went to a Rangers Celtic game and I was in the Rangers end.
Who did you go to the Rangers Celtic game with?
Me, Rio Ferdinand, Michael Dubry, Lee Boyer. Class.
What did you think
it was unbelievable, off the scale.
Who sorted your tickets in it?
I think it was Barry Ferguson. Because I think one of the lads knew him.
Is that why you went to the Rangers end?
Yeah. I'm not a Rangers or Celtic fan, to be honest with you.
If you had to choose one, though?
It wouldn't really bother me.
It really bother you, mate.
And then what did you just get a wee night in Glasgow after it, innit?
Yeah, Glass House.
And then what did you get a taxi straight back down the road?
Yeah, I got a taxi straight back to training the next day. All of us did.
Who was the manager?
O'Leary.
He was devastated he missed it, wasn't he?
He didn't have a clue. he didn't have a clue where we'd be. It was a good night though.
That's brilliant.
We can't start the interview before we mention this man, Andy Halliday.
But can we just say we're going to mention some of the players that he's played, all right?
I know, I don't know.
And I feel terrible that we're going to actually mouth this guy's name.
Andy Halliday, I think we need to see him now before it comes to the days with the top players.
That must have been a low point in your career when Middlesbrough announced they were signing Andy Halliday.
Did you play with him?
Did you play with him?
No, I think the Scottish ones I played with Kevin Thompson and Scott MacDonald.
No, remember him now.
And Stephen McManus.
Oh no.
Hate that.
He's been going through a hard time right now. This is probably the last thing he needs
His
to.
hair, innit?
His hair's going.
Oh, his hairline's gone, hasn't it? Can't have many. No more baths left. Can't get in the bath.
Was he a good lad?
Yeah, top man Andy. Proper good lad.
Really
Really
when he signed, or did he sign as a young player?
I'd signed. He was already at the club when I signed.
Ah, right.
I think Mowbray bought him in. He's a good lad, isn't he? Got a bit of banter.
He tells a story about using. Do you remember the story about using Ibiza?
Which one? There's a few.
Something about jeans, wasn't it?
Jeans or
Women's
something.
jeans
Can
when
they
he
get him
turned
with
up with?
jeans?
Is this a lie?
Is this what? Jeans?
He turned up with women's jeans on or something to get into a nightclub.
You sorted them for like space in Ibiza?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. He couldn't get in because he had shorts on, so he went to this like £5 store or something, got some Birds jeans and put them on. Different level, didn't he? Different level.
That's his big story.
He still looked all right though, he still looked well.
Did he,
He still looked well, yeah. He looked all right, yeah.
Was he a good player now? Just be honest, come on, you watch us, be honest with me.
He's done well when he went to Rangers. I liked him, mate.
Yeah.
I liked him, yeah.
You're
not having him, are you?
No, it's not bad.
See, the Scottish boys at that time, was there any that you were particularly close with?
I'd say he was the closest one. He's more on my wavelength. He's a good lad. I still speak to him, Stephen McManus.
Oh, do you big man? He's in at Celtic, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the Celtic with is it the 18s?
I think he's been moved up to the first team now.
He's in the first team now,
No, he's a good guy. He's a good
guy. You didn't
guy.
speak to Matt much, he's been up there for 5 years.
No, he hasn't. The youth team played against each other about 18 months ago and he come down with Celtic.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But say we were really confused when we were doing. You grew up a Middlesbrough fan.
Yeah.
How did they miss out and you grew up came through Leeds?
Because I was at Middlesbrough at the time.
Probably
Middlesbrough always
footballing.
used to like ring you a night before a game saying, Jonathan, can you come and play? My dad was like, no, he's playing with his local team. And there was like different scouts there watching you play. And Leeds were always one of the teams that would watch you. So I ended up going to Leeds. Brilliant. Best thing I ever did. Get away from Middlesbrough, yeah.
See, when you grew up, you always a centre back because nobody wanted to be a centre half, mate, did they?
No, did they? I was like, I started centre forward, then I went to right wing, and then centre back.
Do you remember who put you at centre back?
There was a fella called Mr. McTeenan. He done like Boro school, like the Boro schools. So he put me there, and I just easy position, isn't it?
But were you trying with Man United as well at that time?
Man United, Forest, Everton.
Was it, mate?
Loads of.
Were you the
loads of
most
dis-
kids spoke about that?
No, wasn't
No.
it? No, Wes Brown
Some
was
teams,
always.
mate, though, weren't
Wes Brown was always the kid sporting about.
Wes Brown was meant to be
Wes
unbelievable,
Brown
wasn't
was unbelievable.
Was it, mate?
He
Was
was
it some
top.
career, but?
I mean, he's the same age as me, Wes. But he was brilliant. We went to the Milk Cup with Man United. And I was on the bench at the time, and Wes was playing with a lad called Alan Griffin at the back. And Wes was head and shoulders above anyone in that. So I think he got player of the tournament. He was a joke. He was outstanding.
So the man you release you?
Didn't release me. They just didn't take me on. Yeah.
Did you meet Sir Alex?
Yeah.
Did you?
Played snooker with him. Yeah.
No, you never. Tell us the story.
No, he did, when you go to United, we used to go there on a Thursday night. You'd have like a big meal, and Alex Ferguson would come in the room. We're all trialists, by the way, like maybe under 13s, and he'd come in and he says, "Who's any good at snooker?" I just put my hand up. Started playing snooker with him. Unbelievable, really. Ridiculous.
Did you beat him?
No, I didn't.
Did you not say schools he kept putting his balls in the hole?
Mate, I would have, if he's asking that I'm hiding there, I'll not put my hand up if Sir Alex is asking that. Are you?
Of course.
Are you, mate?
Guys, straight up.
Are you, mate?
Yeah, straight up.
And was he giving you a bit when you were playing with him?
It was just top draw. Just a good top fella, really.
Mate, you want to learn how to play centre half. A guy that brought you through was my manager at Swindon, Paul Hart.
Paul Hart.
How was, because he was our centre half, mate, and that was in our first team.
He was scary. Paul
Used to
Hart.
tail at my head to the back of the centre forward's head.
Yeah, said it to me when I was like 15-year-old, 16-year-old. He said to me, one game he said to me, he said, "Jonathan, if you don't start heading the ball, see that pro contract we offered you at the start of the season, it's getting taken off you." So he said to me, "Oh, fuck it now." He said, "You need to start being more aggressive." And he had me out every day practicing, heading the ball. Scary like that.
So would you credit Paul Hart?
Yeah, he's
Developing that side of your game?
Paul Hart and Eddie Gray take a lot of that because they set the standards when we were young kids. Young kids growing up and all moving to Leeds at the same time, they set the standards for us.
And what were these standards? Like, what was was a must at Leeds Academy?
On the pitch, off the pitch. Just like top draw, the coaching was a different level. I remember we used to play up in friendlies, I think we played Hibernian one time in a friendly. So it was pre-season. So when Paul Hart blew the whistle, we had to keep the ball for 5 minutes in our own half.
No way.
Yeah, we couldn't go over the halfway line to keep it for 5 minutes in our own half. It was unbelievable, really. And this is like, 1997?
You really think that would have went on then?
Yeah. It was unreal. So we used to play a formation, we used to play like me and Damien Lynch at the back.
Love the diamond.
Yeah, we played diamond, yeah.
Yeah,
We used to
love the
play
diamond.
the two really high full-backs, Harry Kewell and Alan Mabry, and we had the diamond in the middle with like two up top. Loved it. Wow. Loved it. But
How good's that though? He's giving you that, you need to start heading the ball better, and you're also getting the, right, we're going to keep the ball and play under pressure. I mean,
that's what we were doing. We were getting on the 6-yard box and playing because we couldn't go on the other half of the pitch. It was top, to be fair. We had a player called Stephen McPhail. Have you ever heard of Stephen?
Mate, Steve McPhail played for Cardiff.
Oh, he was a different
Played
level.
against him at left foot, what a player.
What position?
Different
I know him,
Centre
but centre mid.
He was outrageous. He was the best player in our youth team.
So why did he not go on and
Right,
have the career that you all had then?
Well, he
did have a good
did well.
career.
Yeah, he had a good career. I think it's just because he was unbelievably technically, but then you have to be physically good. You have to be physically unbelievable as well in the Premier League, don't you?
Yeah.
You have to run up and down. Youth team days, he was just outrageous player.
Now, do you think with the career you had and some of the boys, do you think that was a big part of that type of coaching that set you up for that? If you never had that, you maybe wouldn't have went on?
I wouldn't say so. We were always going to get there because we were getting pushed in the right direction.
Yeah.
We were getting put in front of the right people. Like when we played against the first team, say, I don't know, like a George Graham team, we used to go over as a youth team and think we'd beat them because we were a really good team. We won the Youth Cup. We were fucking a good team. Like I say, we had some proper players, and when we used to go over there, we used to put on a right game. And I used to think to myself, right,
Who was in the first team at that time? Sorry,
Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Hopkin, remember Hoppy?
Yeah, him.
Hopkin.
There he is again, David
Weatherall.
Hopkin.
David Weatherall. Clyde Vine. I used to go thinking, right, I'm against Jimmy here. I'm going to give him a few. I'm going to get stuck into him. And you make an impression on the first team manager, and George Graham.
How did Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank take that when you were banging at the back of him?
He didn't like it.
Did he tell you to stop?
No, did he? He just give the odd elbow, but he didn't like it because he used to try and. I was the type of defender who was aggressive, and I'd try and nick it off the. So when it went into the feet, I'd be like on it straight away and in front of him and taking it off him, and he didn't like that. And I was doing it constantly.
Wow.
I think he was getting a bit embarrassed.
Who was in the youth team, were you?
Harry Kewell was there.
Harry Kewell, Alan Mabry, Damien Lynch, they were two Irish lads. Alan Mabry was the captain. Wesley Boyle, Northern Irish kid. Tommy Narvik, Norwegian. Kevin Dixon. He was he was a really good player up front. Lee Matthews and Tony Hackworth. We had like a top team, and the year below was Alan Smith, Paul Robinson in goal,
Wow.
Matthew Jones, Welsh lad.
I remember Matthew Jones. He was Cardiff as well, wasn't he? Cardiff,
You know your stuff.
Harry Q, the thing that caught me there was that you said that Harry Q played as a left full-back in that Paul Hart team.
Harry Q was a left full-back, fucking up and down, like machine.
Because when he got in the first team, he was very much a high left winger in the whole...
He was left winger, wasn't he? Yeah, but with us, he was left back because we wanted the full-backs to just bomb on because me and Damien Lynch could defend 2v2.
Mate, that's like modern football now, isn't it? And he was doing that.
So everyone says, Les Paul Hart was doing it like in 1997 with us.
Does that annoy you now, hearing that?
No, it's the way it goes, isn't it? So it's football, isn't it?
But how valuable was that chance to go and play against the first team? You said like once a week, George Graham would get you in.
That was the best thing. That was the best thing for us because we test ourselves. And you know, if you're a hungry young kid, you want to test yourself against the best players, and you want to. It's an interview, really, isn't it? To try and get in the first team, like to show you're better than the defenders they've got.
Did it get to a stage where you were beating the first team?
Yeah, we played proper games against them, like really good games.
Can you imagine the first team like that?
No, the boot was all over the gaff. The boot was all. It's better in it for you. You're getting a good clip, like Lee Matthews was with David Weatherall's coming through the back of him, or remember the Dutch defender Robert Molenaar?
Yeah.
Massive, and I mean unit. Him coming through the back, you're going to get better, aren't you?
See, with him being an older centre half, when you said Weatherall and Molenaar, would they take you aside and maybe show you things that
when I got
coaches maybe wouldn't have showed you?
Not so much. But when I got in the first team, they were very good with me. Really good with me. Give you the bollocking, but then praise you also. They were good guys, good people to learn off.
Did you have that mentality? Thought I'm better than these two for a young age?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I think you've got to.
I think that's what we never had.
No.
I think you've got to have that mentality where you think you're going to be the best player and you think you should be playing in the first team, to be honest with you. And then, to be fair, you just improve and you get better and you get better. And the more games you play with the first team, you get better. Get in the team, you stay in the team, don't you? You don't go in the team and come out. If you get in that team, you've got to stay in. And you do everything you can to stay in that team.
So who was the manager that first put you in the team?
David O'Leary. Because George Graham got the sack. He was eventually going to start putting us in.
How did he say that to you, George Graham? You're close?
Yeah, I was close, yeah. Really close. And then he went and O'Leary put us in. O'Leary, like 39, he was a 39-year-old manager and put all the young players in. Me, MacPhail, and Harry was already in. He started putting us all in. Matthew Jones, Alan Smith, Paul Robinson, Ian Hart was in. So we had a real core group of young kids.
Was he a coach? Would he be on the training pitch coaching?
We're talking about 1998. We didn't really do that. No, it's only really at the youth team level where we're doing a lot of shape stuff with Paul Hart and Eddie Gray teaching us different things we could do. But when we used to play, when George Graham was there, they did a lot of 11v11, but with O'Leary we didn't do a lot of that. We used to just go out and play.
Do you know, Si, there's something that it's went out of the game now, but I think it's something. See, even when you went into the first team, did you still clean players' boots?
Yeah.
That's amazing, mate, isn't it?
Lee Bowyer's boots?
Yeah.
Did you?
I cleaned Bo's and Alan Smith used to clean mine because Alan Smith was a year below me.
Oh, did he?
But we were in the first team at the same time. So when he scored them goals against Liverpool, he'd have been cleaning my boots on the Friday, Monday, every day.
Would you ever give him that? If he'd scored a couple of goals,
he'd have probably been on more money than me.
Was Bowyer good for weighing you in Christmas?
Yeah, he was all right, to be fair. He was all right.
Much was you?
100 quid.
Oh, that's not all right. I was getting 100 quid in League
What
One.
was the other jobs you would do when you were a kid?
You sweep everything up, don't you? Changing rooms, laundry, pump the balls up, bibs.
That's went out the game now, isn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, they do it a bit in Middlesbrough.
Do they, mate? That's good.
It's too right, it is.
Yeah.
Too right. You can't do too much of them. You can't find them.
Yeah.
You've got to run them.
It was a manager's slips you were on, wasn't it? He had to wash the manager's slips. But you wanted that, you asked for that.
I requested that.
But see, us in youth team, like we probably had too much of a carry on. Would that youth team like securing that? Would you just have a carry on? Would it be proper? Now we're just focused on getting in the first team.
We weren't really allowed out. But if I went back to Middlesbrough, I'd have the odd little night out, but very, very rarely, just in case Paul Hart found out. And I think a few of the lads, they went out and they got caught.
Who about Q on it?
Yeah, Harry Q, Macca, Alan, they all got caught going out. Paul Hart had them in the dressing room, went around them all, and they all had different stories of what they were wearing. Do you know what I mean? It was unbelievable. I wasn't there, so I was absolutely buzzed.
So this is in front of everybody?
This is in front of everyone in the changing rooms. Yeah.
It's the best feeling in the world though when it happens.
When it's not you.
Yeah,
and you look at them and think, oh.
So did Paul Hart hate that young boy's going
No, he went absolutely off it. I think we ran for 2 days. I even had to run as well, because they all went out. I think we're doing 12-minute runs, and do you know them? We used to do, I think it's called a Johnny Giles run. Johnny Giles up to 10. So you have the length of the pitch, so you run one really quick, jog slow, then it's 2. then it's a 1, then it's 3, and you keep on going, oh wow.
Oh,
spewing up.
Did you ever get caught? Imagine
I
you
used
did.
to get caught going out all the time. Tommy Burns was saying he hated boys going out.
But Simon, onto this, we get emotional about this, don't we? Your debut.
Love
Can you
to know about
remember
the debut.
the build up to it when you first found out you're going to start?
Yeah, I remember David O'Leary told me that I was going to play on the Friday
Nottingham
before
Forest,
we played
wasn't it?
Notts Forest, yeah. Oh my
Sure.
God, that
Tommy Graham.
the feeling,
Waiting for him, isn't it?
the feeling that I got in my belly when he told me, it was just like, oh my fucking God, you shit yourself, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like you like fucking go white and everything. And I remember it was against Forest and Neil Shipley was up front.
Played with Palace and that, mate. Big
Yeah, big
fucking
fucking.
You know
animal.
your conkers, you
big
didn't you?
fucking, yeah, big conker man. Big lumber.
He's got big
Big.
conkers in there.
Have you got a big set of knackers?
Aye, but tiny wee.
Big set of ginger knackers.
It only looks so big because that's so small.
It's not the size of the arrow, it's the accuracy of the archer.
Aye.
You made an arse of that.
I made an arse of that as well. Just like I didn't do it.
Alright, come on, debut.
Yeah,
Love
so
this.
Neil Shipley playing up front, you know, he's big, aggressive, and now I'm like a fucking skinny Biafran type centre half. And Paul Robinson like before saying, listen, you're going to get smashed all over the gaff tomorrow. I'm bad enough anyway, I can't sleep before the game.
Can you know,
Now I'm nervous, very nervous. And
Are ya?
once the game comes, you're all right.
You're not
Yeah.
that type of player at all, though, aren't you?
No,
know?
as soon as I cross the
casual.
line, you're sound, aren't you?
It's just the build up.
It's not bothered.
So,
it's
but
the
most
build-up.
games that you played, you wouldn't have slept the night before?
I'd have been nervous the night before.
Yeah.
I'd wake up in the morning, like I'd be fucking feel sick a lot. In the dressing room before the game, I'd be nervous. Sometimes you're sick before the game, yeah.
And was there a first team player that came up to you and went, like, relax, or you'll be fine, or did you just get on
it's
with
just
it?
me. No matter where I was, if it was Middlesbrough later on in my career or Tottenham, wherever, I was always nervous before games, no matter what the game. So my debut at one club, my debut at another club, I'd be exactly the same. Nervous-wise, just the way I was.
And did the lady send it to you, like, special before your debut, or was it again just going to get on with it?
Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it, yeah.
1-1 it finished.
1-1, right.
How'd you do?
Fucking best player on the pitch.
Were you?
I was all right, yeah, I played all right. Yeah, you there.
But Alan, was all your family there?
Yeah, all the full family, yeah.
mean, what a
yeah, it's
feeling.
just proud.
Innit?
Proud, Anna. They're proud.
How did your dad come and watch you all the way through?
Yeah.
So he would travel from
literally.
Middlesbrough to Leeds every week to
Watched
watch it?
everywhere, yeah. My dad was a plumber, so say when I was 13 signed for Leeds, he used to take me, so he'd finish work at say 5 o'clock, we'd be training at Leeds at 6:30, so he'd take me all the way up there twice a week, then on a Sunday as well. It's unbelievable what your parents do for you, really, innit?
Yeah. Listen, I'll say this and I'll be straight about this. There's one thing, keep a clean sheet, right? But to keep a clean sheet against Zola and Loudrup, the next game you played,
No, it wasn't.
that's that
That's
bastard.
that. This guy's getting sacked, mate. Didn't want it. That's you done.
That was a bit further down, wasn't it? You might have been right, you know.
You're back in.
Told you, hey.
Get back, get yourself back in.
Some
Ellen
stats,
Road,
man.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Zola,
Ellen Road, aye.
yeah.
We were up all night,
Loudrup.
me and my dad were
2-0.
up all night watching it.
2-0.
Zola, mate, get
Yeah.
a clean sheet for them.
Yeah, it was the other defenders, wasn't it?
Talk us to this, so you're centre back, Zola's dropping in the holes, are you going with him or are you staying in your slot?
I'd press in with him.
Would you go right in, man?
Yeah, right in with him. Yeah,
Would you, mate?
yeah too right, would you?
Were you told that, or is that just an instinct to go and do that?
I'd be told that from a young age with Paul Hart, going with him and be aggressive with him and
But
try
when
and
I,
take it off him.
when I grew up, though, I was don't follow the players, it's mere space you want
What are you going to do if he gets on the ball and just turns and runs at you?
He's picking you off, isn't he, if you sit
You're
off
getting
him?
nailed. You need to go in with him.
But what if he goes in there?
And then the other one runs in behind. Well, that's the other centre half, innit?
They need to be covering you, don't they?
Ah.
That's why he's a manager, isn't it?
Ah, exactly.
See, were you the type of centre half that would always make a point of giving the centre forward a bit early doors in the game?
Yeah, I try to. I remember we played against Tottenham and I tried to fucking larrup Les Ferdinand. Oh my God, my medial nearly slipped. Halfway line, I just thought, like, you're fucking getting it. Boom. Smashed him. Oh my God, my medial just went boom, boom, boom. He's a
Big boy.
big lad, eh? He just bounced off him and I was like, oh. So then I just chilled out a bit after that.
See, in the younger days, was there ever a centre forward that would recognise that you were young and try and play on you, like proper, get in your head?
Do you remember him playing for Huddersfield? No, Sheffield Wednesday, Booth.
Andy Booth.
He was a fucking handful. He was out to play against him. He was a fucking animal in the air, him animal.
Well, you know your
Alan Shearer. He's giving me the elbows.
was he the hardest?
Ferguson.
Oh, how was the big dunk? Any verbals? But he's still a hero. Big
He's a
dunk,
legend,
innit?
he's a legend. Anyone who fucking fills in a burglar when he comes in your house is a legend.
You love him, didn't you?
Yeah,
Anyone
he
give
give
you
me
verbals,
elbows.
though? Mere the verbals?
Not really,
Nah.
not really.
Just a big fat elbow in your face.
Yeah. I remember it was Duncan Ferguson, we played Everton. Ellen Road, now marking from a corner, trying to get all busy with him, young kid, and all this went with me, boom. Right in like the solar plexus there. I was like,
Did you watch that come
I
off?
couldn't go down. Couldn't
Did you
go
know
down.
it, no?
Did that fuck? All the Leeds fans looking at me.
Carragher said the same. Do you remember Carragher's story with Big Dunk? He said nobody else would take Big Dunk, so he had to take. He was a young kid like you as well. And Michael Owen was to screen Big Dunk. And Connor comes in and Ferguson smashes Carragher in the face, and Carragher's on the deck. Absolutely sparkled, and he says Michael Owen being the nice guy. It was a full first half. He was running about that. Are you sure you're alright? You're worried about Carragher because Big Dunk smashed him. That was brilliant.
You seem like the guy to me when you've now had a wee bit of taste of the first time football. You taste blood moon and smell it, and you really want to keep your position.
You're off it, you.
What is wrong with you? Big Ramage, what's happened to him? Was he like this when he was younger, Ramage?
Sometimes I just try to throw in.
Take a picture.
That's smarter, so I just try to make you feel it all. Do you know what I mean? So right, you taste it now. You ain't want to go back to that youth team. Don't you know?
No, well, no, nothing to do with Rezzies.
You don't want to speak to them again, do you?
Nothing to do with the Rezzies.
Don't want to speak
Get
to
out of here. So you just want to move. You just want to stay in the first team, don't you? We're in the when you UEFA Cup as well. So you want to try and play as many games as you can at the ice level.
I can remember. You don't believe it. I'm sure semi-finals in the UEFA Cup. Is that right?
Yeah.
First time you're in it.
Yeah.
And finished third in the league that season. Is that right?
Yeah.
He knows his research, this boy.
Unbelievable.
See the early doors as a young kid, did you ever have a shocker?
Yeah, I had a few shockers, yeah.
And did that dent the confidence at all?
Not really, because I just thought to myself, get back out there. I'd go back into training on the Monday, then perform again. I had the mentality to say, listen, it didn't go well on Saturday, but make sure you put it right on a Monday.
Did you ever get a slaughtering as a young kid, playing in the first team?
I remember playing against Man United off a fan. And I passed the ball out of play, and I can remember his face now, big fat head on him. He had a cap on, fat head, cap, big fucking rosy red cheeks. He went, Woodgate, you're fucking shit. Like looking at him, I'm thinking, fuck me. I can still picture his face now. Oh,
but what, a Leeds fan?
Yeah, in my face. About fucking 15 yards away.
And did that affect you?
I shit me pants.
Did you, mate? Huh? Did you shit yourself?
Well, obviously, fuck. Big guy shouting like the red rosy cheeks. You're not going to be enjoying that.
I thought you'd be the type that would just shrug that
No,
off.
I fucking shit myself. And yeah, you get off every manager, don't you, now and again?
What about older players? Was there any older players at Leeds that would be on you as a kid?
Jimmy would be on you when you got the first thing. Yeah, if you didn't,
he looked like a moany bastard.
Yeah, moany fucker. Loved a moan, Jimmy.
Did that put you off your game?
No, did it fuck? I just passed him the ball and he moaned at me. He said, have it.
What's the worst he ever done? What's the worst he ever was to be a Jimmy Phil Hasselbank?
No, he just constantly grumpy. Constantly fucking, but off the pitch he was top man.
Was he?
Massive fucking.
Do anything for it. Do anything
Mate,
for
I'd
it.
swim the channel for it.
Would you give him a bit back when he was getting on you?
No, I just take it. He's a senior pro, and I wouldn't give him a bit back because I've got respect for the senior lads, but I just take it on the chin and, you know.
Who was the other big characters in that team?
David Hopkin, Gary Kelly.
Gary Kelly's meant to be a hero, isn't
You
he?
need to get him on here.
Mate, was it maybe Gary Kelly? No, it's Stephen Carrick, Barry Ferguson's close, so you're talking about the tickets for the...
Yeah, Gary Kelly.
What's so good about Gary Kelly? Because everyone does say that.
He's just different crack that it's hard to really say. Kel's is just an absolute maniac. He'd do anything. Like lads' nights out and stuff, he just jump. He's one of them people, right? You just walking down the street, you just start jumping in bins. You'll just straight in bins for the crack and just staying there for like 5 minutes. He's one of them types, you know what I mean? Some of the nights we had down there, like fancy dress nights and stuff like that. Oh my god, things that I can't obviously say on here, but
No, you can.
different level.
David Batty.
Oh, what a guy.
Underrated player of David
Underrated
Batty.
player. He had the slap in the bag. You know, that slap through a line or right-footed pass. Another lunatic. Another maniac. It just. I can't really describe what he was like, but like Batch was the type of person who didn't want anything to do with footballers outside of football, but in football, he was just a top fella.
Was he?
He was really good.
Mate, I'll give you a fiver, right?
Go on.
If you tell me, I had the Leeds strip when you played with Leeds, who was in the back of it? What player? You know this answer.
Who you?
Was in the back of yours?
Yes, it?
Batty.
Wilcox.
Jason. He's the Man City academy manager now, Jason.
What a player.
Double of a pheasant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Looks like a pheasant.
Yeah, he does look like
Doesn't
a
he?
pheasant,
He
I
put
know,
a
he's
double
a-
of a pheasant in him.
Lovely little Wonder fit, didn't he?
I can't actually remember him.
Yeah, he was good at Blackburn.
He played with Alan Smith as well.
I played this.
Where? Yes.
MK Dons, us two played together. I think we got 35 goals between us that season.
Yeah.
If you can answer this question, I'm on now.
Well, guys,
Why did
would you?
Alan Smith want to play centre mid? He's a brilliant centre forward, man.
He was an animal.
I think that when he broke his ankle, that made him go back a bit, I think. Because he had that bad break, didn't he, for Man United? He had the bad tackle and he dislocated.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he went back. But he was class centre
brilliant,
forward,
wasn't he? He's one of the best guys you could meet, isn't he?
Top guy smudger.
He doesn't worry about like brands or...
Yeah, he's not arsed, is he?
No,
he's
not
not
the old
arsed.
BMW, mate.
Yeah, he's probably still got that.
Have you black one?
Yeah. No, it was silver, black roof.
Black roof, silver one. I was in it all the time.
I bet you were.
Who'd be your... Three balls. Who were you palling with? So who was your best pal?
At Leeds?
Yeah.
Everyone. We all fit in so well together. We all got on so well. You've got to imagine, I think the average age when we got in the team was 25. I think Gary Kelly was one of the oldest ones. Him and Bats. But we all got brought together as a youth team, and then we started buying Robbie Keane, Robbie Fowler, Rio Ferdinand. We bought some young top players. Seth Johnson came in, Danny Mills. We had a really. Why
do you think that? See the fact that you all came for his youth team. Why do you think that doesn't happen now? Like never now would you see 6-7 players for a youth team going for a first team in the Premier League.
Who was the last?
Now with Chelsea, innit? They're bringing a lot of the young kids through. No. I think see with these Chelsea, these kids are good enough. They just need the chance. Yeah. Look what happened to Sancho. He left Man City, went to Dortmund. Started pulling up trees, didn't he? The players are good enough. It's just getting that chance and getting that opportunity.
The money as well. I know money's always been in England, but the money now is crazy, mate, innit? It's hard for these young kids to come through, innit? Do you think that's why your team was so successful at Leeds, that because you were so close?
Yeah, that'd have something to do with it.
Well.
Something to do with it.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, because we were all so close knit and we all wanted the same goals. And you all have each other's backs when you're on and off the pitch.
Yeah. So, Simon, sorry to just cut you. We're going to just take a wee break for the Leeds and go into the international. If your phone goes, I remember my phone went with Billy Stark. Remember Billy Stark?
Yeah, under 21.
Under 21 Scott manager. It was one of the proudest moments, and that's only under 21s.
The manager phoned my dad up.
No chance.
Yeah.
Looking for a plumber?
Yeah. I can't believe he's a plumber.
Attention to detail, aren't you? Decent, eh?
Yeah, he phoned him up and he didn't believe it was him.
How did he get your dad's number?
Don't know. He had a mobile as well, my dad then. From being a plumber.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. So I rang him up and he didn't believe it was him.
What did he say on the phone to him?
His son's been called up to play for England. What do you think he's going to say?
And what did you and your dad went?
What are you on about? He was just going to be surprised, and he's a plumber, and fucking Kevin Keegan's on the phone to him, and he's thinking, is this a wind-up?
That must be.
Wow. So is your dad then phoned you?
I'm 18-year-old here as well, by the way.
Wow.
18-year-old playing for England. That's the thing.
So wait, is your dad phoned you up saying somebody's just phoned me pretending to be Kevin Keegan?
Yeah.
Saying you're going to get called up for England?
Yeah.
And then what, do you look into it more? Do you ask somebody to club?
I just thought it'd be someone fucking winding you up. And then I think it was a press officer rang me up and says, oh, you're in the England squad. Because normally you'd find out if you're in the England squad by fucking Sky sometimes. Back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You'd find out off Sky if you were in the squad. Which is fucking ridiculous, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow. So does your dad phone Keegan back and apologise?
No.
Did he?
No, I don't think he did, to be honest with you. He probably rang back and said, it is Kevin Keegan, and he'd probably said, yeah.
That's brilliant for Kevin Keegan, isn't it?
What a hero. He's meant to be a legend. Did you play with Southgate?
Yeah.
Did you think then, when you played with him, that he was going to become England manager?
He was my manager at Middlesbrough as well.
Right.
And what Gareth did, Middlesbrough in the UEFA Cup final, and then the next year he had to go straight into management from having no coaching badges or nothing. And then he bought me from Real Madrid. I didn't always. You never know if someone's going to be a manager of England. You knew he had potential because of the way he dealt with players, and he stayed in the Premier League for a few seasons. But he's done ever so well.
But is he good? I always feel to be like a top manager, you have to have that ruthless side to you. I could be totally wrong, but I don't feel it or see it with him.
I think he's got that. He's definitely got that side.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, he's definitely got that side. He'll make decisions. Like what he done with Jack Grealish. Yeah. He brought him on and brought him off. That's ruthless, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, aye.
Do you know what I mean? So I think he is being good for England at the minute.
And is he a coach, proper coach?
He's more of a manager.
Is he?
He's got Steve Holland there,
He's got Steve Holland to do the coaching. That's how it looks to me.
Yeah.
At Middlesbrough, he had Steve Round doing it and Steve Harrison doing the coaching.
See, in terms of the standard, obviously you're playing a great Leeds team at that time, but does the standard go up again when you go to an England squad?
When you go to England, yeah, it goes up.
Who's the ones that stood out straight away?
Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes.
What, they too?
Yeah, different level. Like compared.
Somebody says they hit the ball differently for normal players.
The noise Steven Gerrard does when he passes the ball is like someone hitting a golf shot. You know, when the pros at the golf shot, it's like whoosh. When it's side foot, it's like fucking slap, and you can tell kind of the noise of a ball. But Scholes was the same. I think Scholes, we didn't play on the Saturday, and so it was a five-a-side, and Kieran Dyer was in the same team as me, and Paul Scholes on the opposite team, so he was against Kieran. I think Scholes scored 6 in the game. Not like a little five-a-side, but fuck, it was a joke. They were the 2 best players by a mile.
And how did you take to that standard? Did you fit in straight away, or did it take you a while to get used to it?
No, you get used to it, but they're just on a different planet. They'd be like smashing balls into you. But the levels just go up. The bigger the team you go up, the levels just go through the roof.
Scholes and Gerrard are
Different level, aren't they? Different level. They are. Here's what you say is that the footballers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can do everything.
Are they animals when they train as well?
Yeah, aggressive, smashing into you. Don't give a fuck.
How do you think that England team, especially Beckham, do you know what I mean?
Because he played fucking Scholes left midfield. He should have played Lampard, Scholes and Gerrard in a 3.
Yeah, but who knew about threes then? When were threes going about?
But you were saying Paul Hart was playing diamonds,
Yeah,
mate.
then. But Sven Goran, what did he play? 4-4-2.
4-4-2 all the time.
Scholes tucked in off the left. You'd have them 3 in the midfield, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Lampard,
100%.
Scholes, Gerrard.
Scholes sitting, Gerrard.
3.
You have Scholes sitting, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Scholes sitting,
Just
Gerrard,
spraying
Lampard
it
either
about.
side.
The both of them just fucking bombing on.
So do you think it was more down to the, I'm not saying you're saying about it's the attitude of the manager, but do you think it's more the setup of the team that maybe caused England going on
Yeah,
the way?
because if you look at that team, so you've got Neville, Ferdinand, Terry, or Campbell, and you've got Ashley Cole, then you've got Gerrard, Scholes, Lampard, Rooney, Owen, and whoever else. How does that team not win something?
That's a 3-5-2 for me if you look at that team.
Good shout.
How does it not win?
See, in terms of when you went, who was your competition at centre back? Was it Terry?
Terry, Ferdinand, King, Sol Campbell.
Do you think you were
But
as
I
good?
made my debut before all of them bar Ferdinand, like before Terry,
you,
before
mate?
Lee King, yeah. I was 18, wasn't I? 18-year-old.
So did you think you were just as good as it? Better?
Yeah, just as good as, yeah, definitely. Definitely. But then I got a lot of injuries, so...
Yeah. What about in terms of who you'd come up against in the session? So Shearer, Fowler?
Shearer, Fowler, Owen, Heskey, big handful of meal.
Yeah.
If this is
Hard to play against. Oh, God, him and Michael up front. Fucking hell.
Is he do you think Heskey's underrated?
Yeah, I think he had a great rapport with Michael Owen when they played together. I think them as a partnership were really difficult to play against.
And again, Guy's the debut of Bulgaria.
Yeah, fucking...
Does he tell you the day before? Does Keegan do a shape the day before?
Yeah, but we didn't really do much shape with Keegan neither. It was just like, go and play, he'd do it on a tactics board. But I was fucking nervous then.
Was that worse than your other one? Your club debut?
No, same.
Was it exactly?
Same, I'm exactly the same. But the night before we're in the hotel in Bulgaria, and I'm feeling myself, fucking hell, I'm a bit stiffy. I could do with like a massage, a bit of a rub down. So David Batty goes to me, why don't you just ring reception up and tell them to send them a masseur up for you? So there's me ringing up reception. Oh, can I have a masseur to my room? The next minute, security fucking run up to the room because there's obviously a brass on the way up to the room. So Bats has obviously fucking stitched me up, hasn't he? And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, imagine that you're making your debut the next day, then the day after, like, you're fucking getting a massage of a brass or something. So I obviously stopped him, but I didn't have a clue, did I? I'm 18-year-old kid, I only wanted a massage on my quads or something.
That's
Unbelievable, eh? Bats killed me.
Brilliant, what a guy. So was that in a meeting you were announced that you were playing, or did Keegan pull you aside saying you're going to play?
He pulled me aside the day before. The day before and told me, you're playing, I believe in you.
And did he say, I've phoned your dad to tell?
I phoned your dad to tell him he's coming over. Get a private jet over now with all 10 of your family.
Did they fly over, so?
No, did the fuck.
That's brilliant, mate. 18
Played against
year old.
Stoichkov, remember him?
Oh, mate, do I remember him?
Stoichkov, yeah.
Barca, what a player, man.
Yeah, played against him.
Did you do well?
Yeah, done alright in the game. Come off for about 65 minutes, so I've kind of gone that well.
Right, back to Leeds, you said quality signings were made.
Fucking hell, spent a lot of time on Leeds here.
You're
loving Leeds, aren't
Mate,
you?
I think Leeds were everyone's second favourite team.
team,
No, they
good.
were brilliant.
Mate, I could tell you that full team. I remember his name mentioned on the sheet. Olivier Dacour sitting, mate, loved
Good
him.
player.
Eric Bakke was a squad player that would come in and get you a goal from midfield. You wouldn't be interested in the build-up, but you'd get in the box and score headers, especially Norwegian.
Yeah.
Mate, I love that Leeds team.
Wait, what this
bad,
guy?
that.
He's trying your assistant, so wasn't
Fucking
he?
flying.
Take
Would
us
you
in,
just, sorry, but your internet management, would you take us to, would you?
Yeah, fucking right.
Be good, mate, wouldn't it?
Fucking
We'd
hell,
take over.
we'd be off the fucking
High
scale,
press.
wouldn't we?
We'd play like that Leeds
High
team.
press.
Big Viduka target man in a 3-beat.
How good was Viduka?
Oh, mate. Is it Celtic when you were
Seen
kids?
the Cruyff turn? He had the Cruyff turn. We played a pre-season friendly against Celtic. He fucking ran me ragged. I thought it was the fucking bee's knees. Just come back from England. Just made my debut against Bulgaria and I'm playing against Celtic and I thought, fuck, it's only a piece of piss this. Fucking big Viduka up front. Cruyff turned the life out of me all 3 times. He was a joke, wasn't he?
And would you have said to the manager like that, Viduka's...
That's why we signed him.
That's
why we signed him. O'Leary saw it after the game and fucking he's coming to Leeds, I want to sign him. He was fucking unbelievable.
So do you think he purely got a move to Leeds based on that game?
That'd have been one of the reasons. They'll have been watching them, but they'd have seen them up close and thought, fucking hell. He was a joke.
Do you remember
Viduka?
Mate, 6 foot.
I do remember him.
Strong, but his touch was
He used to turn up late
ridiculous.
to training. So if we were doing a warm down on the pitch, so you imagine all the players were doing a warm down on the pitch, right? Viduka always pulls up in his Mercedes, right? Gets out in his tracksuit, just jumps over the fence, keys, just does the fucking warm down in his tracksuit, keys fucking jungling about all over the gap. Finishes the warm down, jumps back in the cars and goes home.
What did you say to him?
Do you understand me there?
What did you say to him?
Not a fucking thing.
What, was he so bothered?
He wasn't asked. But Duke's right. He's super laid back.
Was he just too good to you?
He just didn't turn out.
Was he the top man at the time?
He was class, Dukes. He was class.
But he's one as well for me, mate, that's underrated. Even when he went to Middlesbrough, he was a joke, mate.
Was it him and Robbie Keane up front together?
No, it was Viduka, Smith, Kuhl off the left.
Boyer off the right.
Boyer off the right, but a tight three, so Boyd get out to the other fullback. The right-hand side fullback, if we played lopsided with it.
And then middle, Decor,
Batty.
Batty.
And then Boyer just off the right.
They were two warriors, Decor and Batty, weren't they?
Yeah, two animals, yeah.
People say Batty underrated as well.
Yeah, very underrated. England national.
Yeah. What was he like with diet and stuff like that, David Batty? Would he eat like steak and chips? I'm sure somebody said that.
He's another one, Batty. He'd just be like, as soon as training finished, he'd be in his car. He wouldn't even get showered or anything in his car and just drive home.
Wouldn't he get showered?
No, we used to say, you've got a shower in your car. You had one of them daft big buses. You've got a shower in your car.
Oh, you know why that is, didn't you? Batty's no shower.
Corey, what are you saying?
See, can I call you, Woody?
Yeah, of course you can.
See, with all the big names, how was David O'Leary with them? Was he a good man manager with them?
Listen, I can't really comment on how he was with the players because I don't know. He was okay with me. I know he's had a few run-ins with. I know Danny Mills has caned him a few times.
Has he?
Yeah, you should read some of the interviews Danny Mills has said about him. Wow. He was good. He was good with me. Give him my debut.
Yeah.
Certain managers all can do a little bit better, can't they?
Mm-hmm. Right, I don't know how you'll take this one, but Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, Rolls Royce.
Better than you?
Yeah, top. Unbelievable. When he first came to Leeds, he was top.
What in what areas was he better?
No, I'd say same speed. I'd say on the ball he was outrageous.
Was he?
Yeah.
So you could tell first day this guy's a top player.
Yeah, I'd say it took a bit of time for him to settle in. But then as soon as he settled in, he became the captain. He was brilliant. That's why Man United bought him.
What type of guy?
Just like a guy you'd absolutely fucking love.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got
Wow.
Crack, yeah.
How's he, mate?
Yeah, you'd love him, yeah. Honestly, you'd fucking love him. His personality's class.
Do you speak to him?
Yeah, now and again.
Can you get him on for us?
Yeah, I'll try.
Legend.
See, when you say... Oh, sorry, mate.
No, just about to say, just the way the names come rhyming through my head, did you ever think we can go win this league?
At Leeds, yeah, I thought we could. But then we spent a bit too much money, and then we realised we had to sell a few players and the wheels would come off. We could have. If we'd have kept that team together for, I'd say, a couple of more years and invested again, then without a doubt, because we were finishing seconds, thirds and fourths.
Was that year maybe the first year your injury started?
The what?
21, the injury started, 21 appearances
Yeah,
that year?
I'd say so.
What was the first, can you remember the first injury happening?
I think it was my quad. But I had a fracture in my back, but this didn't get found out until I went to Madrid. I had a fracture in my back.
If you've got that, mate, you're picking up injuries
Yeah, of course you are. Because all your back's moving and nerves are going into your hamstrings and your quads, and that's how you end up pulling muscles.
Mate, this is something, because we both have suffered injuries, but it's, mate, how were you mentally with that? Because when I took it really, really bad, mate, I felt really low when I get a long-term injury.
Do you know what you are, right? You're embarrassed.
I mean, that's it, innit?
You're getting that money and
You're
you're
embarrassed.
not playing it.
You're embarrassed. And I used to sometimes try and stay on the pitch till half time so I didn't have to come off.
Did you, mate?
So I didn't get the fucking,
He's injured
that
again.
noise, he's injured again.
That's the worst shout in the world,
hate that, mate. If someone goes, are you injured again? Or what have you done now?
Who wants to be injured, do you know what I mean?
Oh, there's nothing. They don't mean to be like that, but they don't realise. Fucking
Did you really struggle though, mate, when you were injured away from the place?
I used to have to just get on with it. Mm-hmm. You can't do nothing about it, you just got to get on with it.
Yeah.
Just keep your head down and keep focused. That's how I used to try and deal with it. It's the only way you can deal with it. It's hard, like.
The worst team you've seen all the boys when they're winning and they're training, it's just the lowest, mate.
Oh, it's horrible. You want them to win, but you want to be part of it.
Yeah. Tell me you played in the 4-3 Viduka hat-trick game.
I think it'll come off.
Did you?
Yeah, thigh strain, I think.
So you watched that Viduka Masters class for
I think going into the game, I had a tight thigh in the game and I tried to play because I'd try and fucking trick my own mind and think, I'm all right, because you want to play, don't you? You want to go through the pain barrier. Well, I couldn't, and I pulled my quad, but he was a joke, wasn't he, in that game? Them goals he scored, 4-3, wasn't it?
4-3, mate.
It's always on Sky Sports.
Yeah, you had a few great games against Man United that year as well, I remember.
Aye, brilliant a rivalry that, innit?
Yeah.
It's not the same. Well, maybe it's just.
Have you been to Ellen Road?
Played there, beat them 3-0.
Did you?
Scalped them.
Any good?
We were brilliant, they were terrible.
Yeah.
That was Snoddy's team.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
But they ended up going up that year and we never saw.
Is that one of the, would you say that's one of the best atmosphere in England?
Marching on together, isn't it?
When Leeds play Man United, the atmosphere is a different level. Yeah, they're outside. The fans are outside the hotel before. They're all clapping you in. Sometimes the fans aren't really asked when the bus goes past. But Leeds fans are fucking going mental.
Are they?
Yeah, they're an unbelievable fan base. Them.
Is that the best you've played in England? Right.
I enjoyed that.
Atmosphere.
I think my favourite stadium.
Atmosphere is class, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Is that? So that's saying.
No, you.
No, I wasn't going to say it.
A legend on this show. A few stories about him. Fowler, Premier League legend as well, mate. What a football player. But Robert, is that what he calls himself? Robert. Penance says he used to just lie and piss himself.
Have you ever seen the size of his ears? I've got quite big ears, right? Little gammons, right? He's got ears about that big. Have a look next time you see a picture. Get a picture up now, Robbie Fowler. He's got ears like John Regis. Remember John Regis?
Yeah.
You can't remember John Regis?
No, I only know football, mate. I only know football.
What?
I'm going to get John Reid up.
John Regis. John Reid.
His ears, Robbie's ears are that big.
And they're tiny, huh?
They're that big.
And does that match?
I can't remember. No,
John Regis.
Satisfactory.
Satisfactory, right? And is he a great guy?
Oh, he's a top man. I remember we were over a trip in China and Bangkok, and I was rooming with Robbie at the time. So he said, like, let's have a few drinks. We had a karaoke night anyway. We had to go to bed at a certain hour. We didn't. So me, him, and Dubes were like doing competitions where. So we were bevying and we had to run around the hotel like naked. So at the top floor, and you had to run around like in a circle like this. So we were playing races. You can imagine this kind of half plate running around there like 2 o'clock in the morning, all sprinting on and things like that. One of the nights, I think it's in Robbie's book, where me and him nicked out, and the fellas with the gondola, is it? Or the
wee quads?
No, it's like you're in the back of summer, but he's pedalling.
He's pedalling, yeah.
Robbie just said, get off. Anyway, me and him took it, crashed the thing. Oh man, it was mental. I was shitting myself for days. He's a big player, isn't he? I was shitting thinking, oh my God.
What a hero.
Legend, isn't he, Robbie?
But parents says you just lie in training and he'd be speaking to him and he'd just start pissing. He's like, can I bother going to the toilet?
Yeah, he's off it.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Best goal he's ever scored for Leeds, ball comes rolling him on the half volley and he just dinks David James. Remember it?
Ellen Road.
Wow.
When he was at West Ham.
What West Ham was it?
He was against West Ham, yeah.
What
good finish that one, eh?
Yeah. See, at that time, was there a lot of trouble behind the scenes? Were the players aware of that?
With
the money?
With the money side of things?
I'd say it was the time we finished fourth in the league, and that was when you finished fourth in the league, you couldn't get in the Champions League.
Right.
So that's when we obviously knew we were struggling, and then there was rumblings going on. He obviously got rid of David O'Leary. I don't think the senior players were too happy with him at that time. We got in Terry Venables. We thought, fucking brilliant here. Anyway, we saw Rio, and it was like, fuck it now.
Uproar, wasn't it?
Uproar. And then in the January.
What was the meeting like? Was there like a meeting after Ferdinand was sold?
No, the lads were just thinking, fucking hell, we want to try and push on. We've got a nucleus of a proper good squad. And then the January transfer window comes, I get sold. Robbie King gets sold, Robbie Fowler gets sold, and we realise fucking the club's struggling. I didn't want to leave Leeds, to be honest. I wanted to stay, but I had to be sold because the club could have gone into liquidation.
Just need to ask you quickly, that Champions League campaign, remember the Galatasaray?
That was UEFA Cup.
Was that UEFA Cup? Was that wild over there?
That was mental. That was when the 2 Leeds fans died.
That's what I'm saying. So what was it like when the team went over? Was it hostile?
Yeah, really hostile. I remember coming out for that game and there's like barriers up. Do you know, like the police with the shields, because that game should never have gone ahead. 2 England fans got
that's not right.
2 Leeds fans got stabbed and died. You know, so that was a tough time for the football club as well.
Was that the most hostile atmosphere you've played in?
Yeah. That was
wild Galatasaray. It's welcome to hell, innit?
Remember? Yeah. Is that what it says?
Welcome to hell,
Wow. But then, Bobby Robson phones you now from Newcastle.
This is the phone call you were talking about.
This was our meeting, I thought you were in Newcastle.
He didn't ring me, no.
No.
He's killed you.
No, I knew that Kieran Dyer was ringing me saying, oh, Bobby Robson wants you to come, do you want to come? I was like, listen, Kieran, I'm happy here. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy where I am. I had no choice at the end of it. I needed to go. But when I got there, it was unbelievable to play for a manager like Bobby Robson.
What's so good about him?
His man management, his enthusiasm on the training pitch, how he speaks to his players, what he was like as a person. You know, you get them type of manager you want to do everything for, don't you?
So what sort of stuff would he say? Like, you're the best centre half in England?
No, he just speak to you and just show you different clips and of how good you were and what you can do a little bit better. That's when you want to play for manager, when you can learn and you keep on learning, you keep on progressing. But he was just a top guy. Real top guy. You tell some funny stories about me.
Go on then.
I can't because it's on camera. I can't tell them, to be honest.
Oh, really? Right.
Yeah.
You can tell us after. But another legend, mate, Terry Venables as well. Now, see, when I've interviewed somebody before and thought Terry Venables was just a man manager, and somebody's like, mate, Terry Venables is an unbelievable coach.
Tactician. Yeah, he's a tactician, to be fair, Terry. Listen, the brochure, what he was sold was totally different to when he turned up. Totally different. The brochure sold to him was fucking caviar, the fucking whole shebang. And he got there and it was like sausage and mash, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Players.
It's like how somebody sold this podcast to you as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. I turned up and I was thinking, what's happening here, lads?
Bobby Robson does seem like a hero for you.
See, when you went to Newcastle, did you think Newcastle could win the Premier League then when you went there?
I thought that they had a really young, another vibrant squad with like Dyer, Bellamy, Shearer, myself, Gary Speed, Shea Given. They had some really, really good players. Jermaine Jennings, Solano, remember him, Solano?
Yeah, Nobby Solano, Peru.
So we had a good core of players, but could we get to the next level? We need to invest a bit more, I think.
Right.
We were all right getting like 5th and 4th and stuff like that, and we qualified for the Champions League. Listen, when you've got Alan Shearer in your team, you're going to do well, aren't you?
See, at that time, Newcastle, just before Newcastle, was any other team interested in you?
When you
were at Leeds, just about to leave Leeds?
No, I think they just came in last minute. I don't think a lot of teams realised that they could
what was
get
going
me.
on.
Yeah.
Right.
What about, you talked about Ellen Road atmosphere, St James's, mate, even when we're driving by it
St
again,
James is something special, to be honest with you. When you're coming out to the music before the game, that atmosphere is unreal. And now Eddie Howe's gone there, I just hope they do so well because of the fans deserve it.
Do you think he will?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy, like. We've got 6 points adrift down at the minute, level on points with Norwich. It ain't going to be easy. Will they splash a load of money in January? I'm not so sure. They might buy a few players, but who's going to sell them?
Yeah.
So it's what Eddie Howe will do at that club is he'll improve the players tenfold because he's that type of coach, and the coaching staff he's got there, he'll improve players. But it isn't going to be easy. But I hope they do well because the fans are special.
What was your first game at St James's?
Chelsea, I think. Chelsea debut. Chelsea.
And is it a proper noise when you walk out?
The noise is like ridiculous. It's like 56,000, but it's like something that I've never heard really before from fans like that because it's a one club city, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're just constantly on you. I played my best football in Newcastle.
Did you?
Best football.
And why was that? Because of Bobby Robson?
I'd say it was that because of that. Yeah, I was super confident, to be honest with you.
Who was your centre half partner?
Either Andy O'Brien or Titus Bramble.
See, I'm not being like disrespectful, but I would think your best football would be played like that with Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah. No,
Did you like that better? Maybe that you were the main man in that centre defence?
I wouldn't say. I just said I played my best football there. I don't know what it was. I played some outstanding football when I was at Newcastle. I'm not big-headed, but
yeah,
I definitely did.
See, when you first went there, did Shearer come and welcome you? Was he like that as a captain?
He had the same agent as me.
Oh, so
I knew him and he was top man.
Did he ring you before you signed?
No, I don't think he did.
He probably should have.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Aye, but a good captain. Most captains would have done that. Was he quite? I can't imagine him being ruthless with boy Shearer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, him and Bellamy. Bellamy used to give him a bit as well.
Did they go on with each other?
Give who a bit?
Shearer.
What did he want to
Sit back and watch this man.
Come on, the stage is yours.
No, he used to give him a bit, like fucking, like hammer him, and I'd be like, fucking hell. Like I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck are you talking to? It's Alan Shearer. Bellas didn't give a fuck. He was like, fucking hell, you need to play me in here. And one day he went, listen, you little cunt. He said, you fucking say that to me again, I'll fucking bury you. Honestly, Bellas wasn't. He shit his pants.
Oh, love that,
He
mate.
put it on his toes, to be fair to him.
Bellamy came to Celtic on loan for you,
Yeah.
and I remember he was proper chirpy, man.
Yeah, chirpy ass.
He loves his football though, Bellamy. He knows
Aye,
his
yeah,
inside out, doesn't
He knows his
stuff,
conkers.
He knows big conker, man.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff.
Did you ever have a wee hang argument?
There was one time when he was good at, he always wanted to play 1v1s, Bellas. He thought he was too quick. So I said, oh, then we'll go 1v1s. So we did a fucking 1v1 the length of a football pitch.
No, he's never.
Imagine that.
What, just after training, like?
Yeah. I think we've done it a few times.
Rapid.
And did he do it?
He didn't get past me.
Oh,
Smoked
wow.
him.
Did you big
Smoked
stuff?
him.
Jonathan Woodgate, what a hero. What about Shearer? They say you said like Gerrard, Scholes were animals. Was Shearer the same in training? He seems to me the type that maybe isn't that interested in training and comes on Saturday.
He's a game man. He's a game man. One thing with Al is like in pre-season training, just say this is a track, yeah? So everyone's running around this track. Al will have his own track over here.
Oh, he just does his own thing?
Well, he couldn't keep up with the rest. He's not a great long distance runner. So if he were doing like 800 metre runs or 400 metres, 1,000 metres, he'd have his own track.
That's when you know you're a hero.
That's when you know you're a legend.
Another legend we spoke to Shea Given about is Gary Speed.
Yeah.
Top man.
Yeah, he's just a good, and again, this is a good fella, great leader, top man, do anything for you. I used to speak to him when I left Newcastle. So when I went to all my clubs and all that, and he started coaching for Wales, I was always in contact with Speedo. So sad.
That's horrible.
See when you're talking Paul Hart telling you about header a ball, Gary Speed could header a ball.
Wow.
Mate.
In his Everton days as well, he was a joke, wasn't he, in the air?
That late run in the box.
Wow, leap. Had the leap, didn't he?
Who would be the main ones for going out? Because Newcastle, mate, is... You move out of Newcastle, you're moving out
you're
from
United,
aren't you?
Yeah, well, we had a young group, didn't we? So I'd say if there's Dyer, Jenas, Bellamy, Shearer would go out as well, Speedo would go out, Shearer would go out. So there'll be a group of us all going out. Maybe we would sometimes meet at different areas.
I want to know more about Dyer as well. I know we're asking you about every single player you played with, but Dyer was another one, mate. I thought at the time, it came through Ipswich obviously, but was it Newcastle, mate? What a player he was for a couple of seasons.
Yeah, rapid.
And what was it, just injuries with him as well?
Yeah, he had injuries as well. I think he had a liver problem as well, which is, he's still got that.
Yeah.
Still got that now.
Could he have went to the very top, Dyer?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without injuries, yeah. Because he had so much, he was so physically that good and runs past players. It's very rare now you get midfielders who really run past the forward, isn't it? He could do that, he could go box to box.
Old third man running it. And they finished third that year.
Aye, sense of deja vu, innit?
What's that, sorry?
Sense of deja vu, innit? Same as Leeds, third
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
But is that frustrating, mate? Like,
Of course it's because you want to win.
Yeah.
Why did you know one? What stopped you?
Weren't good enough. Weren't good enough. Man United were in. Man United are the team of like Scholes, Keane, Giggs.
To be fair, mate, you probably came up against the best
they were top, weren't they?
team in the Premier League.
And then you had the Arsenal team as well. You had that team as well. They were the two best.
Who was the best team you played against then?
I'd probably say that Man United team. That Man United team, we got beat. We played against Man United at St James's, and before the game, Bobby Robson said, "Right, lads, I'm going to do something a little bit different today." He said, "Jonathan, you man-to-man Van Nistelrooy. So wherever Van Nistelrooy goes, you mark him." We got beat. Fucking was it 5-2? Scored hat-trick.
Oh, wow.
And we had a massive, big fucking inquest the next day. Massive. Bobby Robson going mental, and Bellas went, "Fucking, it's your fault, Gaffer." Said, "You told Jonathan to man fucking Van Nistelrooy." So Bobby Robson went, "I tell you what though, son, fucking Van Nistelrooy didn't score, did he?" Just went,
but
he fucking scored 3.
But they're clever enough at Van Nistelrooy just taking you out that space and Scholes just running.
No, it was unbelievable. We took the lead as well, Jermaine Jenas at a top corner.
What was so good about that Man U team? Just attack you all the time.
They didn't know when they were beaten. They'd just be relentless. I think their attitude they had in that squad, and with Roy Keane as the captain.
What was Keane like on the pitch?
Hell.
Was he constant?
Was he knifey?
No, not really. I didn't really have many fucking 50-50s with him, did I? But he was just a top player. He used to run the game. He just do the simple things so well. And set standards.
Yeah. Remember the game him and Shearer?
Yeah,
Did Shearer not say Keane was waiting for him in the tunnel? Did you play that again?
I wasn't there then. I wasn't there.
We need to get
Was he the hardest striker you came up against?
No.
Was he not?
No.
He was a hero, Rude, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a good player. Only in the box, though.
How was he only in the box? So who was harder than him?
Suarez, Henry.
Oh,
Shearer.
Suarez. He's my favourite.
And Suarez, fucking, I was out playing against Suarez. You never really get rolled as a centre back. I didn't anyway. And I played against him. I got rolled like 3 times in a game. I was like, what?
He's an animal.
What, is he strong like?
That's the way he gets his body. He gets his body between you and the ball. It's like small, big. Oh, it was hard to play against him. Henry was tough, quick.
Mate, one guy you had in your back pocket until 2004 was Drogba, clean sheet. That was him as a very young Drogba at Marseille.
When he was at Marseille, yeah. And that's when Madrid started watching me. In that period when we were in the semi-finals and stuff with Newcastle. But Drogba was their main player. We knew he was going to go for big money in the summer, and I was up against him here. And that was one of my best games for Newcastle, I'd say, against Drogba. So he was big as well, strong. He's hard to play against.
How did you find out then that Real Madrid were looking at you?
My agent told me, and it had been maybe a bit before when we were playing all the games up. He said, Madrid are watching you, they've been on to me.
Did that affect you, mate? No?
No, not one bit.
That's brilliant, eh?
That would affect.
But then they bought Walter Samwell.
And do you think that's me, I'm done now?
I'm done. I'm not moving, so I've got to crack on. And then they're coming for me in the summer again because I wanted another centre back.
See, just on the centre forward things, because I'm obsessed with this with centre halves. See, if you were coming up against a Drogba, would you play him differently to Suarez? Like, would you maybe try and nip in front of
with Drogba? I wouldn't let him let him feel me.
So you would just stand off him?
I'd be a bit elusive. No, right. He wouldn't know where I am. So if he's trying to be elusive with me, I'm trying to be elusive with him. So he doesn't know where I am. So he doesn't know when I'm going to put a foot in, does he?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or sometimes then you'd mix it up. Sometimes you'd go tight to him. and hit him last minute. So as the ball's coming to his feet, you're there taking it off him.
Yeah.
But it was good. He was a tough player to play against Drogba.
You missed the second tie, and so you played first leg,
one,
and then he scored 2 in the second
do some
leg.
research on this, don't you? Very impressive, you know.
It's this guy here, mate.
Yeah. Was it
He
Snoddy?
does it. Snoddy.
Is it Snoddy?
Snoddy. What's it, give him 30 quid a week?
30 quid a week, just to help us out with the research.
Just tops his wages up. But he scored 2 in the second leg, so it just shows you how important you were to that team, mate.
Well, I was quite important to the team, but it was always going to be a tough game going there.
Did you know you were flying at that time? Did you think I could go to the next level? I could go and play for Real Madrid?
Yeah, I knew I was playing my best football in Newcastle, and I knew that if I wanted to, I could get to the next level. I think Liverpool were interested in me there then as well as Madrid. But if Madrid come in for you, you're only going to go one place.
Yeah, but over Liverpool,
of course.
What would you do?
I love Liverpool for
Do
you.
you?
No.
Over Real Madrid?
Even at that time as well, Real Madrid had all the best players in the world, didn't they? Liverpool never.
That's true at that time. But Liverpool still won 5 European Cups, didn't they?
Yeah, but how many Madrid won? 13?
You've got to Real
Madrid,
Madrid,
yeah.
Can you just talk? I don't think we should talk at this part, the Real Madrid move. This is the most, we've been up all night, haven't we, thinking about it?
If you could date in Spanish as well, that'd be brilliant.
What, Scottish?
Date in Scottish, mate. So Samuel signs there, you think it's done. When are you... No, this could be back on.
Well, I didn't until I rang my agent and said, we're going to bid for him tomorrow. And I'm walking down some steps in Whitby and I'm like, fuck.
Where's Whitby? Middlesbrough?
Whitby's like about 30 minutes from Middlesbrough. It's like a little seaside town.
So you and Bobby are walking down the stairs?
Bobby wouldn't have been able to walk down them stairs. To be fair, I was struggling to walk down and never mind get back up.
So the phone goes, agent, what's his words?
They're going to bid for you tomorrow, 20 million euros. I'm like, well, yeah, let's get it done. I was injured at the time and I was supposed to be flying over to Munich to get some injections off that Muller Wolf heart. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Like Howard's blood and all that, carry on. Because I'd do anything to try and get fit. And he said, right, they're going to bid for you. Newcastle are going to reject it and they're going to try and play the hardball. I said, well, I want to go. So tell him I want to move. I want to play for the biggest team in the world. So the next minute, deal gets done. Madrid send a private jet for me over to Munich to pick me up to take me back to Madrid for the medical.
Were you really worried at this time?
Yeah, because I'm thinking, fucking, will I pass this medical?
Yeah.
My thigh's fucked. I've been out for about 6 weeks or something. I keep on getting recurrences in it. Thinking, fucking hell, my dream movie, I'm done. Do you know what I mean? So I have the medical. So I'm in the back of the car with the doctor. And he's speaking Spanish and speaking English to me. And he says to Florentino Perez, he says, he's got a problem with his back. This is where I find out my back's fucked. And he says, he's got a really bad problem with his back. His thigh's okay. What do you want to do now? He said, we won't really pass him on the medical because of his back. And Florentino says, right, instead of 5 years, we'll give him 4 years.
Oh my God.
And I'm going, get up there.
It's unreal, mate.
Yeah.
What about, I love this as well, the private jet on the way over. Do you eat, do you eat and drink? Or is it...
Do you know who was with me on the private jet? There was me, my agent, the doctor, and Kenneth Shepherd, Freddie Shepherd's son.
Was it? Chairman's son?
He was on it, yeah. He was on the jet. I remember I was fucking shitting myself, right? Because we looked down, there was fucking load of lightning going on. I'm thinking, fucking, will I ever get this move? A load of lightning. I'm thinking, fucking. So, yeah. Unbelievable, really.
What's the Bernabeu like? Do you do your medical in the Bernabeu?
No, you do it at the hospital around the corner, but the Bernabeu when you walk in
Do you drive to the Bernabeu to sign?
Yeah. Yeah, and you sign upstairs and you have to give you all these pens and statues of the stadium, mini statues and stuff like that.
I mean, I can't even put that in my head what that'd be like.
Then you walk in and there's a few fans, obviously not many fans watching me, but there's about, 5,000 fans or something watching you sign. And you have to do your kick-ups.
Did you still need to do that injured? Mate, nobody ever does that, man.
I can't do kick-ups, mate. I do my 3 knees and put the ball under my arm. Get me out of here now.
Right, so big man, you signed for Real Madrid. How is it signing for a club that size but you're injured? You can't really get amongst it straight away.
That's a difficult thing. Because when you go into a club, you're normally interacting with the players out on the pitch and that's where you get to know the players more than anything. So every day I'm going in there injured and they must be thinking, fucking hell, when's this lad fit? Do you know what I mean?
Do any of the big boys come up and introduce themselves?
Yeah, all of them.
Bang on?
Yeah, all of them. Top players, yeah. Good guys, you know what I mean? They're easy to deal with. All I want to do is be the best players I can be and have the best team.
Yeah.
There's no everyone goes out with big egos and all that. You get more bigger egos Like the further you go down the leagues, I think, because the players think they're going to be the players think they should be up there when they're not. Do you know what I mean?
Was there one that was particularly a top man that really looked after you?
Ronaldo was top.
R9.
Like what?
Yeah, he was the one who'd like, he'd take you under his wing. You know what I mean? You'd go around his house. You'd go out for meals, and like when my mates are coming over, he'd say, "Bring your mates over at my house as well." So you can imagine my mates are coming round, right?
From Middlesbrough.
From Middlesbrough, and they're in Ronaldo's house. And Ronaldo's getting on with them all, talking in English. There was a time when, I think it was on a Sunday or something, we were around his house, probably from a Saturday night or something, and he's got 2 buggies. So it's 2 beach buggy things, and out the back of his house is like rough terrain, and that me and him are flying about on these buggies. My mates are in his Hummer, flying about after us. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Surreal.
It's just surreal, isn't it? There's me and Ronaldo flying down in these buggies, and my mates are flying behind him in his Hummer. Do you know what I mean?
It's not easy, man. Did he love it? Did he love a party?
No, yeah. Listen, we're all the same, aren't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all like a night out now and again, but he done it at the right times.
And was it a nightclub in the house?
I wouldn't say it's a nightclub. It's a little.
Tommy Gravison told us about it.
It's a bar and that, yeah.
So see, mate, when you find out for the medical, it's a problem in your back.
Yeah.
What happens then though? Is that then, are you doing rehab for the next few months?
You're doing rehab, but Madrid just got me doing like 1,000 sit-ups a day.
No chance.
I'm telling you now. I was doing 1,000. I'd done 500 in the morning, 500 in the afternoon to try and do my back. So I hired my own physio. Called Dave Hancock, who come to Spain.
What was the issue?
The physio's not great.
They were all right. The physios were okay. They had a different way of going about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I had a fella at Leeds called Dave Hancock who was like levels above. Do you know what I mean? When you have coaches now, and you have coaches like a Guardiola and a Klopp.
So did he stay with you?
He stayed with me, and then I went over to Leeds and worked with him, and that's when I got back real fit.
Did he hang about with Ronaldo?
No.
Didn't let him down, you know?
Who else is close to Ronaldo? What other players?
I think I'd say most of them all the Brazilian ones like Roberto Carlos, Robinho and stuff. Mitchell Salgado was top. Bex was top. They're all good.
Bex, I've not even mentioned Bex, man.
You've got to imagine as well, right? A lot of them have got family as well. So I'm young, I ain't got family. So you're going to go with the ones who haven't got kids in there.
Totally right. Shearer never done it. Tell me Bex phoned you when you're signing for Real Madrid.
No.
But
Bex was top. Bex was a really good guy.
Is he? Would he take you? Would you ever go over his house with his family?
I didn't go up to his house, but we went out and stuff, and he was a really top man as well.
Is he gorgeous?
Big good looking thing, innit? He'd be all over him, you.
Do you know who I can't imagine being sociable with the group? Zidane.
No, absolutely fine. Just quiet.
Yeah.
Get on about. He just do his own stuff. But like again, good guy with it. Gravison was a lunatic with him. Gravison was chasing on the train, on gets him in headlocks and all that. Tommy.
Wait, before he tells a Gravison story, Tommy Gravison done the hydro wash, mate, right? And this is his.
Don't know how happy you'll be here.
Zidane was another one. Figo was another one. David Beckham was another one. Wow. Roberto Carlos was another one. But Jonathan Woodgate, he was shit.
Is that what he said? Big baldy.
Would he socialise with you, Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy now and again, yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. I was only there with Tommy with a bit of time though, I think about it, yeah. But where's he now? Vegas. Done all right.
So what was he like about the training ground?
Absolute maniac, mate. I've never seen anything like it.
What was Zidane not say when he was doing that
I just
stuff?
think they were surprised. Like, he used to chase him about and that and start getting him headlocks.
What, chase Zidane?
He used to chase any player, anyone, and they'd all be running and he'd be just going rah, rah, and get him headlocks and get him on the floor and go rah. Tommy, right, he said to me, he said, Jonathan, he does this, he's a bit of a scouser, really.
Yeah.
He says, I can throw a golf ball the length of a football pitch. And Tommy, he's fucking shooty divvy. What he's on about, he's full of shit. He goes, get me a golf ball now. He said, no, bring a golf ball to train tomorrow and I'll fucking show you. I went, are we then? Let's fucking watch it. He got this golf ball and he flung it the length of a football fit. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Do you know different level strength? It was ridiculous.
Mate, he's the strongest man in the world.
Ridiculous. Good, very underrated, Tommy.
You said that as well with some player training. You said that.
Very underrated, Tommy.
Is it true what he says though? It was basically just attack and you were left to defend?
Yeah. There was basically me and sometimes Helguera or Ramos, and then you got Salgado and Roberto Carlos just going woof. And like, what are you supposed to do?
On a big pitch at the Bellamy.
You need to be able to defend 1v1, don't you?
Who was your manager then?
Oh, I had Jose Antonio Camacho, Garcia Ramon, Juan Lopez Caro, Wandre Luxemburgo and Fabio Capello in 2 years.
Did they see the managers? There's
not a manager between them and their other
Capello's serious though, isn't he? But did the players listen to them?
He won the league, Capello.
No, Capello, see the other managers did.
Yeah, they did, yeah, but it's different with different managers, isn't it? The Brazilian one was good as well. Juan Lopez Caro was good. Mm-hmm. He was a decent enough manager.
How would the managers take to Tommy?
I haven't got a clue. I think they just have to get on with it.
Were you there when he fought Robinho?
Yeah, pre-season.
What happened?
I think Robinho went in on him. I think. No, Tommy. It was something like that, and Tommy just grabbed hold of him. And Robinho tried to give him a bit back. I think they both got sent in. He's off with Tommy, isn't he? He's a different level,
he's
isn't
so wild, isn't he?
He's a different level.
Would he fight with anybody else?
I think he'd fight with anyone.
But did he fight with...
No, only Robinho.
Robinho, is it?
What was the pressure like? Because obviously the Galacticos was the press, was there so much pressure on you, Joe?
At training, the press are watching games.
What, every day?
Every day, maybe one day you'll have where the press aren't there. So every day the press are there, so you can guarantee there's about 50 cameras there.
Well, they watch training every day,
every single day. So you've got to be on it every day. You can't be fucking about.
And what, will they report back on training in the paper?
Yeah, they'd report back. Oh, Jonathan Woodgate's done this in training, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he looks good.
I'm sure Guardiola changed that, mate, when he went to Barca.
Did he?
Or he tried to change it because you see that's not right to do that at all. There's far too much pressure on the players, but could be wrong. Maybe it is a thing over there that they need to do.
No, it's mental.
Was it added with Beckham? Was Beckham been there as well? Like, what was the fanfare like around him?
Yeah, it's fucking hell. Beck's in it. You've probably got all the cameras basically watching him.
Yeah.
He's got to be so careful what he does. He can't do anything, can he?
So everywhere Beckham goes, there's like a camera crew and that, fans following him?
So if he was going out, there'd be always cameras there. If we went to an Irish bar, just say on a Wednesday night or something, me, Mitchell Salgado and Bex or whatever, there wasn't always ones there because you're in like fucking an Irish bar, aren't you? But if you go to restaurants and stuff like that, it's different for them.
What does he drink, Bex? Guinness?
Bex.
Bottle of Bex? No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Imagine he done that.
No, he doesn't.
Imagine he ordered a bottle of Bex, that'd be legend, innit?
Owen was there as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, Michael was there, yeah.
The teeth, I can't imagine him fitting in.
He sat in the, you said he sat in the shade for a full year, didn't he? Never went in the sun once. Just sat in the shade with Factor 90 on.
You're a big Factor 50 man.
Oh, he's 90.
I can.
Get it,
Mate,
no
do you know what I
chance.
like? Yeah, I like Steve Sidwell.
Yeah.
Natural tan.
Redness.
Just red, innit? But see, we need, I don't feel I'm getting, I want to hear all about these boys in the changing room. I want to know the real loud ones. Was any...
Higuera was loud. Just get up and dancing. But it's a different crack to compare to the likes of a Leeds dressing room because we all know each other, we all come through a youth system together, or we're all at Newcastle where everyone's English. Where in Madrid it's different. There's different personalities and people a lot of them are all different, aren't they?
But Tommy used to say that Ronaldo was the main one that would get on with everyone.
Yeah, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos were the ones who would get on with every single one. Brazilians,
That's brilliant, mate,
Brazilians are some fellas like. They just want to have a good time, don't they? You've seen them on the buses, don't you? When they go to the games and the bus, seen them all the stuff out and all they want to do is have sing songs. It's fucking brilliant, isn't it?
That's amazing, mate.
Eh?
And see the dressing room before the game, keeping the bop and that, like they do.
Yeah, like, I've never seen anything like Roberto Carlos' technique.
Is it ridiculous?
Like keeping balls and just doing things with the ball. Like, I couldn't dream of doing things. I used to sit there on my own and just chill out and read the program.
Can't see the ball.
But you said Zidane was the best player?
Zidane was the best player. Zidane was the best player.
Would he do things in training daily that you would go,
He was just so
wow.
he was just so elegant and just could do what he wanted to on the pitch. So big as well, you know, he's about the same size as me. Lean. But extraordinary player.
Who else was good in training?
Guti used to run the sessions.
Oh, I loved Guti, mate. Do you remember Guti was running through, mate? He's got a tap in and he backseals at the Sunday.
To Benzema.
To Benzema.
Against Espanyol.
It's a joke, that goal.
It was unreal, that goal, wasn't it? He could control a session.
Could he?
Yeah, he was.
What, even in amongst all that? Because he wasn't a regular starter, Guti.
He could play any position. He could play centre mid, off the right, off the left, centre forward. He was very good in. Wow. He'd probably be the player I'd say who'd control the full training sessions if you're doing possessions and stuff like that. If you're on his team, you're winning.
Oh, I love that.
Class,
did you miss the first full season you signed?
Yeah, injured.
So see them, that must be so, was it press on that?
Yeah, all over it. So I came injured because I think a couple of seasons before, remember that Gabriel Milito?
Yeah. Diego Milito's brother?
Yeah. He failed a medical at Madrid and then I passed one. So they're thinking, well, why Jonathan Woodgate pass one and you failed Gabby Milito? Anyway, so I get back fit after about 3 weeks and we're playing in a practice game. So it's my first practice game back, so I'm fucking obviously nervous. My first sprint, I do my thigh again. Oh, no. So all the press are there watching. So it was a fucking nightmare. So you're on the front of the papers and everything, and we basically said, who have we signed? What's this? He's broken again. That was hard, that.
Are managers giving you a hard time as well with this? Or are they
they're not giving you a hard time because they know when you get a scan, they can see what's happening to your leg. And I was trying everything to get fit, like fucking Botox in the thigh. I had fucking people coming over, put grass on my legs, and I tried anything to try and get fit. And I had to go and get an operation in Finland.
Did you?
I couldn't believe it, right? So I'm walking to get my operation. The surgeon comes out, and like, how would I say? He couldn't walk properly with it. So he was a bit like, his wrist was a bit limp, and I'm thinking to myself, fucking hell, you're operating on me, mate. It was called Grabber. Honestly, it was called Grabber. I swear. And he done it for me, fixed me. He stitched my tendon back up because I didn't realise my tendon had ruptured as well. So it was my thigh muscle and my tendon.
So you said about the press thing when you're in, is there papers in the dressing room every day? Do they big players read the papers?
In Madrid, right, you have two papers, one called AS and one called Marca, and it's just football.
AS?
So you've got, it's called AS.
Is that the magazine you get?
I love that. I know.
He loves big ass.
So every day it's, and are they papers in the dressing room?
No, they're not in the dressing room, but every shop you go to in Madrid, these papers are only there to write about football.
Every day?
Every single day. What papers do you have in Glasgow? So you have this...
Record in the Sun,
Yeah, there's only a bit at the back, right?
Yeah.
This paper's full.
Did you just go like, I kind of did that and it stayed
I
with
couldn't
it?
understand it, could I?
Mate, oh.
So when do you get back for your first proper game? How long into your Madrid career is that?
16 months after I started.
Is
I'd done the full pre-season with him. I went to America and I'd done that pre-season and I started getting back fit. First game was Atletico Bilbao, wasn't it?
So the actual Bilbao game, you're making your debut.
Yeah.
What is that like? Is it as Tommy says and you mentioned before, are they all attacking and you're thinking,
Yeah, they're all
first game
attacking.
back, I need to defend,
but,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I like defending. So you remember what I said earlier on with the youth team days, we used to defend 2v2 and the full-backs used to bomb on.
Yeah.
So I'm used to it and I can defend 2v2 because I'm quick, so I didn't really mind it, to be honest with you. So the debut, I remember making my first tackle and it should have been a red. It was definite red.
What is that?
Oh, it was a
I
definite
think I watched the game on it. It was a Sunday night, wasn't it?
Red. And I was lucky to get away with that. Next, the ball comes in, fella, I don't know, it was shooting now, and I just tried to get him head in the way, deflected, because I hadn't played for a year. Mm-hmm. I didn't know like where I was on the pitch, you know what I mean? Because I hadn't been on there for that long, and the fucking pitch is gigantic. Anyway, it deflected into my goal, and I'm thinking, this can't get much worse.
What are you feeling at that point?
I'm feeling, fuck mate, this is going to get better. I remember Pavon picking me up off the floor and saying, come on, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
And you see for that moment on it, no nervous, but you're a wee bit like...
Yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, give me the ball now and let me get on the ball so I can slap it through a line or something.
Oh, you're right, that's good. So you actually wanted the ball after that, right?
Yeah, give me the ball so I can fucking do something positive.
Yeah.
Second half, I'm doing all right in the game apart from that. Second half comes, I think it's after about 62 minutes. One of their players tries to run me, so I check against him and sprint and get the ball. The next minute, the referee's marching over to me. The Spanish referees have got like their aggressive arm when they walk, like, he goes, red card, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And like, you've got all the Real Madrid players saying to the referee, what you doing, like arguing with him. So I'm going to walk off, and the whole of the stadium stood up and clapped, like the whole of the stadium.
What, as in like happy you're off?
No, just like congratulating me because they'd realised what I'd gone through.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I thought you meant that'd have been me done.
Clapping the referee. I didn't realise the referee would be happy. No, so they're all clapping me off, and obviously I'm fucking after the game. I'm devastated. We win the game, fortunately. Then Ronaldo comes in. He says, "Listen, don't worry about it." He says, "You're fit. No problem. You've got through the game. Let's move on next game."
Oh, what a guy. So he comes up to you straight away?
Straight away, because he had injuries at Milan, hadn't he?
Yeah.
So he realised what it was like.
Then you went to his house for a party that night, didn't you?
Probably.
Oh, brilliant. What about the manager? What did he say? All right?
He'd have been laughing because they won the game. He wouldn't have been too bothered.
See the pre-season trip, is it high class?
Yeah, it's top. Yeah, you travel everywhere. The best.
Better than like a Newcastle and a Leeds, even though they're big clubs?
Yeah, different level.
Different
level, yeah.
What, the hotels?
The hotels, everything, the fans. Like you're getting off your bus. So you get off a bus in, that'd all be full of fans.
What, that full casino?
That full casino would be full of fans. Just to see Beckham, Zidane, Raul, fucking not me.
Did you like that or no?
I can't do nothing about it. If it's like it or not, just get on with it.
Yeah.
Don't dislike or like it, I just get on with it.
It's a weird life. That must be a weird life, innit, everywhere you go.
Mate, it'd be hard enough to go and train with that group of players and stuff like that. But see when you've been out for so long, see when you actually did go and train, did you feel miles off it?
Yeah, you do feel mal. You know yourself, you feel a bit off
That's
it,
the
don't
worst,
you?
mate.
But you've got to get it back quickly because you're playing with the best players.
And the
aren't
players can start to think that's really what he's like.
Yeah. And if when you start training good, then you realise what type of player you are.
Did you fit in though? Fine, like when
Fine, 100% fine.
Brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
And you're playing with a 19-year-old Sergio Ramos. Do you know what I loved
Sergio
about Ramos? Did he not take Hierro's number 5 jersey?
Was he 5 at first?
Sure he did.
Was it 8? No, I think it was 18.
Was it 18? I thought he took... Oh, maybe then he took Hierro's jersey. He took his number.
Number 4.
Was it 4? That's right, he took Hierro's 4, didn't he? Yeah. Was he a confident boy even at 19?
Yeah, he was class. He was more than a centre-back. He could play anywhere you want to do, Sergio. On the ball, a fucking unbelievable, so confident. So confident, but he played either centre back with me, or right back, or sometimes he played against Rosenberg in the Champions League. He played centre midfield. You can see he was going to be a top player.
Is he the best centre back you played with?
Ferdinand, King, Ledley King.
The King's a joke, supposedly, isn't he?
Yeah, Ledley King. Wow, top.
You see, at Real Madrid, had you played with anybody like in previous that when you're playing you must win? Because that pressure must.
That's what I really learned when I went there, that you've got to win every game.
Right.
You've got to win. If you draw a couple of games on the spin, it's a fucking hell. What's happening here? There's in the papers, I think Real Madrid have drawn 2 games. It's just.
Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, that's what you want to be in football for the pressure.
Aye.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to be in them pressure situations. I wanted to be really pushed, and that's what you need to be. If you want to get to the top, you need to handle the pressure.
Mate, see if there is a few bad results, who's the players in that team are maybe pulling players out?
Raul.
Tommy Gravison said that.
Was he a nasty wee bugger?
No, he was just honest.
Right.
He was just honest. And to be fair, I got on with him because I tried to learn the language.
Good.
So as soon as I went there, I tried to get into their culture and try to learn the language. Steve McManaman said, as soon as you go, learn the language. So I got a teacher around 3 days a week.
Brilliant.
And try to learn the language. You've got to embrace it, haven't you? And
right, come on, gauge your best night in Madrid before we move on.
Best night in Madrid? Oh, I've had that. I've had a few top nights.
Anything happened that stands out? You can remember anything? Wow.
What does Ronaldo wear on a night out? Vest, you said, wasn't it? Just a string vest?
White vest. Little cat. I went to Bex's 30th was a good night.
Bex's 30th? Oh. Right, come on, talk
Tommy went there together?
No, you never.
Tommy there?
Oh, Tommy was El McPherson though there?
She might have been, yeah.
Tommy
he's a stiff dresser though, isn't he?
What was he wearing?
No, I don't know. He was just. He'd have been a blue suit jacket, blue jeans. He was stiff, white shirt. You know what Tommy's like?
So can you
head shiny as?
Can you talk me through it? So does Bex come in the dressing room? He's like, lads, I've got a 30th. Here's the invite.
All the players went. It was absolutely rammed.
So glad do you leave it? Think so?
My mates.
You leave it?
So glad.
My mates dropped me off there in the car, and there's just like, so I get out the car and the cameras are just like.
Is this at his house, sorry?
No, this is at a restaurant in town, and it's just I'm getting out thinking, fuck, I hope I don't trip up there, you know, because all the cameras are watching.
What other big names outside the football were there?
I can't remember any of them. I'm not great with like celebrity names.
Was the King of Spain there?
Juan Carlos.
But
you look a bit like Juan Carlos. All the lads were there, it was top night.
And is Bex just hosting it, huh?
Yeah, he's just hosting, walking about with Victoria.
Oh,
what's she like?
Hawk, no.
What's she like?
Yeah, really nice lady.
Is she, huh?
Really nice.
She made you feel welcome.
What? Yeah.
it's amazing.
I love that, so that'd be my sort of, I'd love that.
How'd you look, sorry mate, how'd you look back at your Real Madrid career?
Oh, failure. Shit. You shit, wasn't it? Terrible.
No,
it should have been so much better if I wasn't injured. I can't do nothing about it, but it's a massive, you can't say regret because you can't do nothing about it, but it could have been so much more.
Does that eat away at you, mate?
Yeah, it used to kill me, yeah.
Did it? For how long?
It doesn't so much now, but yeah, till I've finished playing football.
Did it, mate, huh? Yeah. See, if you never had the injuries, do you believe that you could have went and played at that level?
Yeah.
And been successful, yeah?
Without question. Without question about it.
So when does it come to an end? Is it when Capello comes in?
Yeah, Capello comes in, I do the pre-season, I'm fit. I've had a season with Middlesbrough on loan. I get back in the England squad, playing really, really well. I played around 45 games that season with Middlesbrough. Come back, Capello's the manager. I do 7 weeks pre-season, topping all the running, doing good. And then he walks past me in the corridor, he says, "Morning, Jonathan." I said, "Morning. Baldini wants to see you as a sporting director." So I go and see Baldini. He says, "Right, you can go on loan this season. You can go."
And did you fight your cause? Or?
No. So it was either Middlesbrough, Newcastle or Villarreal. And I chose to go to Middlesbrough, hometown team.
You said previously it was your biggest regret?
It was my biggest regret signing for Middlesbrough, not going. So I went on loan.
Yeah.
And then I agreed to sign in, I'd say, the November time, when I was too eager to sign the contract for Middlesbrough. I was happy, I was playing really well. I should have gone back to Madrid. Because there was a new manager coming in.
What was Capello like?
Strict, didn't really say much, to be honest with you.
Hard to get a relationship.
Wasn't really affable character.
The players not take to him
more
well.
But he won the league twice there. He got sacked the following season.
Was that the one where Real Madrid made the big comeback in the league?
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy Beckham kept setting.
I'm watching that on telly in Ibiza. I'm watching it in my house in Ibiza. I think it was against Mallorca the last game. Yeah. And I'm just thinking, oh, fucking hell, that could have been me.
You could have done a league medal.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I felt low as fuck. Do you know, because I just won the league and I'd left to Middlesbrough on loan and signed. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing, you fucking idiot? Should have stayed. And if I had another year on my contract, could have gone back and try to get back in again, but didn't.
Oh, mate. Anything's happened, didn't it, mate? What a career you had, mate, so don't ever let anybody put you down.
And if they do, we'll sort it out, won't we?
I'll sort it. But then, a guy we're talking about, Si, wasn't it? Gareth Southgate. He was a Middlesbrough manager at the time. Is he?
No, Bobby Robson.
He rang me up, he said, we're interested to take you. I also met Glenn Roder, who was the manager of Newcastle at the time. But when I went to meet Glenn, he was just talking about all my injuries and stuff like that, where Gareth didn't even mention them. And when I met Steve Gibson, and being a Boro fan, I always wanted to play for Middlesbrough. Massive achievement for me to do that.
Would you go to the Riverside as a boy?
I went to the Ayresome Park as a boy when I was 6 years old. So I've always been a Middlesbrough fan. My dad was a Middlesbrough fan.
Yeah.
So I thought this is only one place I wanted to go.
Everyone says Steve Gibson's proper top man, is he?
Yeah, he's a good guy, Steve. Good guy.
Put a lot of money into
Middlesbrough. Put a lot of money into the football club. He's a local lad from a council estate in Middlesbrough called Park End.
Is he right? And he's just a self-made
millionaire in his partner.
So you're flying there, and then is it Spurs that come in for you? Is it Wandy Ramos?
Wandy Ramos signs me, yeah.
Were you flying it, Boro, at this time, I guess?
Yeah, I was doing okay, but in the second season, I think I had a clause in my contract saying if Middlesbrough don't finish in the top 10, I'm allowed to move on, and Middlesbrough can sell me for the price that they bought me. So Tottenham came in for me. Then I went there.
Ramos was Seville manager before that, wasn't he?
Manager won UEFA Cups twice on the spin, didn't he?
Yeah, because when he went to Spurs, everyone thought he was gonna be the guy to bring success to Tottenham.
I think we won the cup.
The cup against Chelsea.
I think he struggled because he couldn't speak the language. So Gus Poyet was his basically translator, and I think he found that a bit difficult for him to get his ideas across. It's not easy being a foreign trying to do
that. Cup final against Chelsea, up against Drogba again.
Oh, again.
That was a big game. Was that a hard game?
That was me and Ledley against Drogba. That was a hard game.
Was he a lot different to the first time you played Drogba?
Yeah, miles more physically stronger.
Was he?
Got his body in better positions to really play against you. But yeah, me and Ledley played well. Yeah.
What was it like playing with Ledley King? Was he a big talker? He was captain,
No, we weren't real talkers. I just knew where he was going to be and he knew where I was going to be.
And what was that doing to it? Just an actual, or did you just work it on training?
Reading the game. I knew exactly where he should be and he knew where exactly I should be. So it's just reading the game really, and a partnership that you build up.
Is that true that he would barely train?
He wouldn't train. He would only train maybe on a Friday.
Wow.
That's crazy. He
had bone-on-bone cartilage. So when he had bone-on-bone cartilage, his knee would flare up. So when Harry took over, he used to come out on a Friday and maybe train, or maybe not train, and then say he was on the Saturday and he'd play on the Saturday, he'd be class. But it soon catches up to you then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're losing all that physical work.
You need to be an exceptional player, not to train and play at the level he did.
Yeah.
I think, because I feel when I never played at any level, but when I had to train the way I played, train really hard for me to play that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
If you were slack during the week, you'd be slack
yeah.
the weekend.
And for him not to train and go out and perform the way he did is frightening.
But am I right in saying again with Ledley King, I remember he played a couple of games centre midfield as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he could play centre midfield.
So was he a proper ball player?
Baller, mate. He could play left and right foot. He was a baller, Ledley. But he could do everything defensive-wise as well. Quick, rapid. Have you ever seen that one where he tackles Robin for Spurs? Robin goes through and he gives him about 20 yards, catches him. It's ridiculous.
Frightening. You know, watch that?
Yeah.
Nah.
Poor.
Get it up. Get it up.
But here, Si, what would you say if I said he scored the winner in extra time?
That's what I'm saying. He's given it. I think we beat Chelsea that he once scored the winner in extra time.
That was a great moment, to be honest with you, because of all the injuries they had. And all my friends and family were in the stand. I think to myself, when I celebrated that goal, just like a sense of relief, really, because I've had the hard times with injuries, and that moment was probably one of the best parts of my career.
Again, I know we've asked, but mum and dad in the crowd again?
Yeah, great party after went to Faces.
Oh, Faces.
You've been there.
No, I've never been, but I've
It
heard
was
mythical stories.
off the scale.
Talk
Back
us
in
through
the
it.
day. Well, me and my mates went.
So did you take your mates everywhere with you, eh?
Your pals, aren't
What,
Love that.
humble, innit?
Do you know
Humble.
you're like Vince in Entourage?
they?
Take the bum mates to everywhere you go. Do you watch Entourage?
No, I've never seen it. Is it good?
Mate, your mate, how good's that to your mates, 4 boys in
Madrid,
Widows,
like,
Brendan,
hanging about Ronaldo.
Is it good? Is it good Entourage?
You need to watch.
You'd love it, mate, aye.
I swear I've never seen it.
He's a wind up, ain't he?
You've been watching too much Question of Sport, mate. Start watching Entourage. Enjoy yourself.
See on this, see through your sort of tough times with injuries, was there one player maybe who you played with in other clubs before? Did anybody help you through your injuries and stuff?
Not really.
No,
'Cause
mate.
I just think you're soft, don't they? You've got to go through. Like back in the day, if you're injured, people would say, "Oh, you're fucking soft, him," wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So now it's a bit more different.
Understanding,
Everyone's a bit more understanding, so you just take it on the chin. No one really helped you. If anything, they criticised you because you were injured.
So nobody at all, mate?
No, because
So see, like your dad not being a minute.
that's probably why I tried to play when I was injured, because people were saying, "Oh, he's soft."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or he's not injured. Do you know what I mean? Where you'd come off at half time, you would be injured.
You're injured again, that shout should be
Oh,
banned.
it's the worst.
Would your dad phone you and say, like, would he be the same? Because I remember being injured. My dad, are you fucking injured
Yeah, I'd be
again?
like, "No, what's up with your son?" I say, "Fucking dad, my hamstring's gone. Fucking why is it gone? What's that? What are you doing?" Do you know what I mean? But you get on with it on your own.
And it's the
But
language
that's what it was.
barrier.
That's what it
and
was
it's,
like though. That's what it's like though when you were playing back in the day. If you were injured, imagine, can you?
I remember people used to say to you, "You sure it's not in your head?"
Oh, how bad's that shout?
Did you have that?
Yeah, how bad's that shout?
What does that even mean, mate? Do you know what I mean? As if it's in your head, do you know if you're injured or not?
But then the faces, so full Tottenham team, man.
There was a few of us there.
Who'd
Can you imagine
it be?
was going
Robbie
off on
Keane.
it. No, Lennon.
He loves it, Lennon, doesn't he?
Saw Razza at the gate at the fight the other week. It was it Joshua fight against Usyk. Saw him. Had a good chat with him. Good, another top lad.
Who else were you pally with in that Spurs team? You said Lennon led the King House.
Jenis. The Croatian lads were brilliant. Modric.
Talk to me about Modric, because
and
I'm a centre
Gianluca.
midfielder. Well, kid on him.
You like him, ain't you? You're actually similar to him.
But Modric
Jesus,
is one of my favourite players.
You can give him the ball anywhere. He accepts it, takes it on the left foot, right foot, outside of the foot. Lovely
Best
guy.
outside of the foot player ever.
Unbelievable. Better than Paul Merson.
Good comparison, but I'd go Modric because he's done it at a higher level.
Yeah.
He's swinging balls about in the World Cup the
Yeah,
outside his boot, mate.
Charisma better to them. Charisma's
He's a good at, he's a good at
Yeah, not
deciding.
bad, mate. Good shout, innit?
Not bad. Him and Charlie were good lads. Like a night out. No one would find out they were going out though, because they'd be sneaky ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where if the English lads go out, everyone knows about it, don't they?
Aye.
Everyone knows about it. Fucking Croatians go out and they just chill out and drink that Jaeger and Coke or something. Fucking hell.
What would Modric think?
Is it Jaeger and Coke?
Jaeger, bomb and Coke?
No, it's not a bomb, it's just Jaeger.
Ah, somebody told us that. Who
Jaeger
was
and
it?
Coke, I think it was.
Is that what he drank?
But yeah, what a partnership. A guy I played with, Robbie Keane and Berbatov. Wow.
Berbatov
Yeah,
could
we
be
did.
one of the...
Berbatov was outrageous, wasn't
That
Mate,
touch,
frightening.
mate.
he? Yeah. How quick was he when he ran with the ball?
Somebody said he was a muppet in the dressing room.
No, he was just quiet, he was on his own. Just say if I'm sat with me and you at the table now, right, and Berb walks over, he'd sit on the table over there, he'd have his own knife and fork.
Why is that? He just couldn't be
He'd have
asked
his own
on.
knife and fork in his own plate.
Who was it?
What, he'd bring it in?
Yeah, he'd have his own. He'd come in as well, jeans on, shirt on, suit jacket, shoes on every single day. He was immaculately dressed, and he'd go and sit on his own. He was just his own type of fella. But when you got to know him, he was all right.
Hey, somebody told. Who did we do the interview with? And he was like, Berto just stop and just like, just pass me the ball.
Jimmy O'Hara.
Jimmy O'Hara. That's
You used to get on O'Hara all the time.
O'Hara didn't
But
like
you
him,
would
I
get
don't
on
know.
O'Hara, innit, wouldn't you?
Aye.
Pinging balls up to Berbatov's neck and all.
Aye,
Do you know what I mean? Was his touch one of the best you've seen?
Berbers,
Berbatov?
yeah. He had that one where it's going over his head and brings it down.
That big
Yeah, that in
size,
the
12
bag.
feet.
Big
didn't
size,
it?
fucking double-figured 12.
It was Leverkusen you signed him for, wasn't it?
Good shout.
Conkers.
Conkers, innit, big boy?
Keane as well, how good was Keane?
Robbie Keane was one of the players that you'd pay to watch, especially when you seen him at Spurs, because I've seen some of the goals he scored at Spurs, and the partnership he had with Berber was something else. He was telepathic. And a lot of the goals I've seen him score at Spurs were outrageous. There was no like easy tap-ins. They were all like fucking blinding shots, or he's chipping it over someone's head and going around someone, do you know what I mean? That type of player.
I mean, this is a shock how Gareth Bale, I think about his first 20, 30 games, whatever, was defeated at Spurs.
He couldn't win a game, couldn't he?
See, when you first were you like, what's happening with this guy? Did you know then he was going to have the career he had?
No, but you could see that he had a ridiculous amount of pace. Like ridiculous, after the games you do like sprints, yeah, and I'm quick. And he was just taking off, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, this guy.
Was he a left back at first?
Left back. And then he was going to go on loan to say Nottingham Forest,
Wow.
I think, but that collapsed. And then Harry put him in. I don't know how much Harry rated him. I'm not too sure. And then he put him in. He was just unbelievable. Them goals against Inter Milan and that performance against Inter Milan.
Were you playing the games?
No.
Watching him?
Yeah. It was
Thinking, wow.
Wow.
So mate, it's Maicon he's pacing here, isn't it?
Yeah. Brazilian Maicon. Don't forget, right, home and away legs, not just the away leg, home and away. He was disgusting, wasn't he? And he got his move to Madrid.
At that period, there was nobody played like him in the world, mate.
But see, when he first came into the team, he always looked to me like a nervous kid. Was he like that in training?
Because he had a bit of a hair slide going on. I think Harry Redknapp
looked like
gave him a
golf
bit of
or
stick.
something, didn't he?
I think Harry Redknapp gave him a bit of stick about it. You need to get your fucking hair cut. One of them ones, you know,
Did he, right?
typical manager. But he did well, didn't he?
And then see when Madrid came in from, did he come to you for advice?
Yeah. He was always asking me what it's like, so they're obviously sniffing about him. So what's it like there? Would I fit in? What do you need to do? Learn the language. He hasn't like.
Play
Didn't
golf.
take much notice, did he? Just won 4 Champions League.
But he said that the stick he gets, I mean, for Real Madrid.
He gets destroyed by the fans. Have you seen the stick he gets?
Yeah.
They did that with the White Hankies team, didn't
Yeah.
they? Why though? What he's won for them?
Don't know. I don't think that helped when he done that thing with the Wales thing. Well, was it Wales, Golf, Madrid?
Yeah.
And he was
But I
singing
love
it.
that. I love him for that, do you know?
Gaz is like, he's really happy-go-lucky.
Is he?
He's like a big kid, Gaz. He's just like a normal lad, and if he come in here now, he'd have a bit of banter with you. He's not like an arrogant type, and he'd find that hilarious. He wouldn't be asked at all. He wouldn't be asked at all that they're booing. He wouldn't care in the slightest.
How do you know that? Is he like a drinking that bill now?
No.
Doesn't he touch it?
No.
He's back
That's
at
a
Real
wee bit of a
Madrid.
down point for him.
You want him to have that three side, didn't you?
So, like, winning cups now, you've just got up the road. Hate him. Madrid fans are spot on with what they're saying about him.
Damn character to that.
Wasted talent, too.
Didn't really play at Spurs with me.
No.
But
See, he had
did he
ability.
train?
Yeah, you could see.
Did he make you, be honest?
No, you could see he had ability, right? But he wasn't doing it in the right areas, and he took too many touches. When he went to QPR, that's when he was very good. And now he's at Benfica playing holding midfield.
Is he?
You don't know that?
He's playing in front of a back foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's holding midfield. I thought you'd know that.
Undisciplined?
We watched him last night, didn't we?
He's very he's very.
Is he the
good.
pivot? Would you call him a pivot?
Pivot.
In the
He's
modern
getting on
days,
it,
a pivot. Should I ask you, see at Real Madrid, was there any fancy coaching?
I'd say
Talk me through a typical week at Real Madrid.
The one bit of coaching we do with Juan Lopez Caro, a lot of it was possession based, to be honest with you. Then you do counter attack work. Just say if we were in the low block and we had to really counter attack with speed, that's what we'd do. But a lot of it was small sided possessions.
But surely no possessions where it's like 8v8 and it's just murderable. Is there bounce players, floaters?
Yeah, sometimes you'd have floaters, but it is tough. You need to be on Guti's team to where you're chasing the ball. Rondos, I was in constantly.
In the middle, that's the
that's the worst,
isn't it?
mate.
When you're in the middle of a rondo, that's the worst.
Yeah, well, how's it though? You got all them players, well, you can't get the ball back.
I'd rather be in the
And then
middle.
you're breathing out your ass, and you go on the outside and you get the ball back and you give it away again.
Oh, man. Did they do a lot of shape?
No, not loads. Not when I was there. You do it a tiny bit, but there wasn't a lot. Where in the game now, there's lots of it, isn't there?
Nah, that's constant, mate.
Lots of it.
It's non-stop.
Yeah.
You need to be like that now, Simon, although I think as much as boring
the
for a
game's more
players, but you
tactical,
kind of
isn't
need
it?
that, didn't you? But
Yeah.
there's one talking about shape and talking about managers, Harry Redknapp.
Never done shape in his life.
Never done it in his life, and he is an out-and-out legend, a guy.
Yeah.
Was he a legend?
We used to do shape with Harry on a Thursday.
There you go.
There you go. Just testing.
Yeah, we used to do shape with Harry on a Thursday.
Would he take it?
He'd step in and take it.
Right.
But it wasn't so much without the ball, it was all with the ball. So how are we going to break them down? Nothing really with the ball. Because we know what we were going to do. But the game's changed a lot now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We've got the foreign managers coming like Tuchel, Klopp, Guardiola, who seem to do relentless.
What was Harry like about the place?
Yeah, real good man. Good man manager. There was you've heard the Jamie Harris story about 100 times, haven't you?
No,
Every
he's
time
a-
fucking Cheltenham comes on, he says it.
No, geezer.
Shut up, you know it.
I've not heard it, mate.
Shut up,
That's-
get out, get out.
what is
You
it?
must know it. Well, they are with Cheltenham.
No, he's not taught it.
You're lying.
No, I
swear he's
swear,
not.
mate, I swear, mate, I don't think he is.
Are he?
He just kept talking about Bellamy all the time. So he spoke about, wasn't it?
Bellamy.
Bellamy.
Ricky, aye.
Right, so we went to Cheltenham, the full team. Harry takes us down with Joe Jordan and the coaches, so we go down there. I've already got another day at Cheltenham planned with about five of the other lads.
What, these mates again? From
Yeah,
Middlesbrough?
no, five lads from the
Had enough
team.
of him,
right?
innit?
5 lads from the team. I've got that booked on, I'd say the Wednesday, so we go down with Harry on the Tuesday. So we train Wednesday morning. Harry says, right, I want no one going to Cheltenham again. He obviously got winded. I was getting a helicopter sorted out for the lads to take us down. So I ring this firm who put it on for us, not like a firm, like the betting company who put it on for us.
Right.
He said, "Listen, Harry won't let us go." He said, "We've got no chance." We had a box on the finishing line. He said, "Harry won't let us go." So the fellow went to me. He said, "Tell Harry, I'll pay for another helicopter for him and his 5 mates to come down to Cheltenham with us." So I go in the office and say, "Harry Gaffer, can we go?" He's going, "John, no, you're not going. I'm not having it. You've already been to Cheltenham one day." So I go, "Okay." So then I come back in 5 minutes later and I say to him, "Listen, Gaffer, we can go to Cheltenham and you can come on your own helicopter with, say, 4 or 5 of your mates." He went, "Oh, then let's go." And Harry ended up in the box with us, like having a few berries, watching the racing.
Ah, brilliant, mate.
Oh, what a hero, man.
Does he love racing?
We played Man United on a Saturday and beat them.
Did you really?
Yeah.
There you
Just
go.
shows you, mate, doesn't it?
Is that true that you don't say the racing post under his arm? Missed this?
Loved it. Yeah, Michael Owen was the same actually with the racing post.
What, at Real Madrid?
Yeah.
So he'd sit in the dressing room at a British racing post?
You can get the paper over there. There was a certain shop that he could go to called Lamora Lecker, where he got the racing post every day.
Is he as geeky as he looks, Michael?
No, he's good, top man. You'd like him.
Is he?
Get him on here.
He loves his racing and that, doesn't he?
Loves it. Do you like racing?
I don't know. I used to go to Cheltenham. I was at Swindon, so we got to Cheltenham every year.
You weren't the one pissing over the side of the thing, were you?
That was one of my best mates, James Collins. Played
Shut
him.
up.
I just left the year before he was pissing over the side at Cheltenham.
That's
Bad for life, mate. It was his favourite week of the year.
That's the type of guy he is, isn't it?
That's the type of scum that I hang about with. It's like your mate's Middlesbrough, mate, innit? He's my scumbag, mate.
Like, man, who would you say is a manager who's had the biggest influence in your career?
Good question. Who made you want to be a manager?
Aye, sorry, Simon.
No, you
Want to be a
Thank you very
manager?
much.
I talk Crank would be up there, Tony Mowbray. Because when I got to 30-year-olds, you think to yourself, what are you going to do? A bit like yourselves now, what you're going to do, what you like, and you're fascinated about coaching. So I'd say that was it. Aitor, when he came in, he had a real structure because he'd been Mourinho's assistant. So a lot of the sessions he was putting on was so well organised, and people in our team hadn't seen nothing like it before because we used to just turning up and doing it in different sessions, but this was all planned. And I'd speak to him about it. I'd speak to Tony Mowbray. Tony Mowbray used to get me in. He was a Celtic manager.
Yeah.
And get
Released me
and
for Celtic.
Did he? Yeah.
Great decision.
Great. That's
Best
why he's a great
decision he's
manager.
ever
That's why he's a great manager, mate.
So you get a feel for it through that really, but they had an influence on that.
But Harry, nah.
No, I was at Spurs then.
So you weren't
I was
even
at Spurs.
thinking about management at
not when I
that
was
stage of your
20,
career?
No, not 28-year-old. You just want to carry on playing, don't you? Once you get 30, 31, and other managers are coming in and you think, what are you going to do next?
Well, we've got one man we need to ask you because we've got a beef for him. He's obviously raging that we keep finishing above him in the podcast chat. Peter Crouch.
Oh, are you above Crouchy?
He's messaged us crying a few times.
Emails us a lot, just saying, how do you do it?
Can you just take a couple of weeks off so I can push up to number one? But
Yeah.
tough at the top,
Who's
Crouch,
top, yeah?
Top
Nah, he's the man. He's the main man, isn't he?
His
his
we
was
had a
the
night
one.
out with Crouches. One night we went out, there was like 6 of us and 6 of the girlfriends. We all went out to, I think it was Nobu. And then we caught Nobu going to the club, and I'm not even drinking at this time, I'm injured. I'm not touched a drop of drink. The next minute we walk out the club, loads of pressure because Crouchy's there with Abby. So we get in one of them little black people carriers. Oh my God, Crouchy's only started getting out the fucking sunroof. Started fucking surfing, do you know, like that. The next minute, Abby's out of it and the press are going, shh. Next day, Harry's going fucking off it. Gets us in for a meeting. He says, fucking right. He said, there's a drinking culture here at this football club. You're all out again on the drink last night. And I said, to be fair, Gaffer, there's no drinking culture. He went, there is, and you're fucking head of it. I went, me? He went, yeah, fucking you. I went, no, Gaffer, you've got that wrong. And Crouchy went, to be fair, Gaffer, he wasn't even fucking drinking. He said, I was drinking, and I was fucking, like, oh, you should have seen the moves. There's a picture of me on the internet, me and Crouchy dancing. Have you seen the picture?
And was Harry alright when Crouchy said that?
Harry, what with Harry, right, he wouldn't hold a grudge against you. So the next day, it was forgot about. The next day, it was totally and utterly forgot about. And that's what you need in a manager, don't you? You can't have manager hold grudges and you fucked up out the team.
Right, mate, we're nearly finished with you.
Fucking nearly finished?
I know, mate,
Wow.
sorry. If there's one team that I think Jonathan Woodgate should never sign for, Stoke City.
Yeah, too classic.
I remember sitting in my house and it came across the bottom of the screen, Jonathan Woodgate signs for Stoke, and I said,
Nah, trousers went down, didn't they?
I'm not going to believe it until I see him on the...
No, I was playing right back, Tony Pugh.
Oh,
Tony P.
Tony. Right back?
Right back. I was playing centre half at first, and my dad got ill actually at that time. My dad got ill, so I kept on going back to Middlesbrough and stuff. And I wasn't playing too well at centre back, and he put me right back, so he had Hoof, short cross, and me right back.
Centre-backs.
Overlapping.
Oh, mate.
Got my arse ripped out by Jarvis.
Who, Matt Jarvis? He was at West Ham,
Remember
innit?
him, goes left, goes right. So one, I was trying to nail him in the first tackle. I thought, right, you're getting a bit. Try to nail him. Got a yellow card. Next time he ran at me, give away a penalty. Yeah, I should have been sent off. Anyway, missed the penalty the next minute. There's just number 39 comes up like that. It's must have done 25 minutes.
25 minutes in?
Yeah. And as I was jogging off, I went, fucking Gaffer, great decision being me. He tells the story, so Tony Pulis tells the story. I said, fucking great decision.
Did you say that when you were walking on?
Yeah. I said, fucking what a decision that was. Fucking was, that was terrible.
Is he alright, Tony Pulis?
Yeah, another good guy. Yeah, learned a lot from him, to be honest with you. His defence, he does a lot of shape work. Hell of a lot of shape work. He had a fantastic period with Stoke there. He took Stoke from up the divisions and got in the UEFA Cup. He done well with them.
Is that tough? See, when you obviously have had the eyes at Real Madrid and then you're getting roasted at right back for Stoke, do you?
That's the way it is, isn't it? That's the way it is. It doesn't make you feel good.
No.
But you're in that situation, you've got to get on with it.
And then ended at Middlesbrough? One last hurrah?
Back, one last hurrah. I think I've done it over 3 years, didn't I?
Brilliant.
Did you enjoy it?
Was that amazing, mate?
No, because I was coming to the end of my career. And I wasn't the type of player that I was before. I was down in the Championship. I can still do it now and again, but not to a standard which I enjoyed, to be honest.
But everyone you do, that you've played with, a few people have been on, did say you were a Rolls Royce man.
Yeah, I was a decent enough player. But towards the end of your career, it's difficult. Your fucking body's hanging on for dear life, isn't it?
What was the day you decided to chuck it? Do you remember, was it like a training session, a game you played and you thought, nah, I can't do this anymore?
I could have done it numerous times, but your mind says you just keep on going because you might be able to keep on getting it back, do you know what I mean?
I mean, what a career it is. How do you look back at it all?
Look, it could have been so much better. It could have been a lot better, especially with the Madrid stuff and the injuries and stuff, but you can't control the injuries. No. That's the big regret, and not winning nothing. You win one trophy. You want to win trophies, don't you?
Yeah.
It was okay. Could have been a lot better.
Do you still keep in touch with any of the Real Madrid boys?
No.
Tell me like Facebook Ronaldo or something. Facebook message Ronaldo.
I keep in touch with footballers now and again. I'm not really the type to.
It's just the bums from Middlesbrough. You keep talking.
I've got a lot of good people. Good people.
No,
they were your back. You took them as your backroom team.
At Bournemouth.
How was the managerial experience? So you enjoy it?
No, I love it. I love it. It's a next best thing. It's the next best thing. And when I went out of Bournemouth, it was better than what happened at Middlesbrough.
How's that pressure on a manager?
No, that's pressure. But it's pressure that, like I've said earlier, I love playing under pressure. I love being at the head of the organisation. If you want to do something, you want to be successful, there's going to be pressure with it. So you need to take it in your stride.
How long does a defeat last, like that bad mid last?
How long does it last? Days.
Is it?
But then you've got to go to training.
Put on a brave face.
The biggest, bravest face you've ever seen in your life.
It's tough.
Really?
Do you want to do it? Do you want to go into coaching? I
want to be part of your staff. Don't know if I want to go all the way. I want to be part of your staff, just your staff.
Would you like it?
Nobody else's.
Would you like it?
Would you say?
Get Halliday on as well.
Would you just pretend it's Peter Ramage you've took, will you? Would you just say like that?
It's big Stevie Caldwell. What's up
Stevie
with you?
Caldwell.
That's a harsh look about it. By the way, we're the directors, right? What's your style, management style?
What's what managing style?
Because that's what they're going to ask you now.
I want to be aggressive, front foot.
And how are you going to pass that message on to your players?
I'll just set up on the training pitch with them.
Good. And if any players are a poison in the place, what you got to do with them?
Get rid of them.
Well done.
You've got the job.
Get him out. Get him out.
Jonathan,
Jonathan,
yeah.
Cheers, lad.